And we're back. We're here, and everyone's slowly going to be coming in. Yay!
Everyone.
Hello.
And I've got a bounce.
Wait,
How are you?
my character
My bad.
title is wrong.
Oh, yeah, so is mine. That is not...
Yeah, well, you didn't tell me, so it's good enough.
I
that's what's gonna be
literally
in this
did
episode.
and then asked if you got it, Karsh. I literally did and then asked if you got it.
It is what it is. Because I hadn't done it. So, we're back.
As long as you admit it.
I'm just saying, don't blame me, and I take... No, yeah, that's not my character.
Well, it's good enough, because we're going to have this in the first episode. I'm not changing it until the second episode. But we are back for our first episode back. We're back for our first episode of Season 3. We've had a 2-month break. I think it's about 2-month break.
Oh, wow.
If you're on YouTube and watching it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the bits and pieces. So thank you. And leave a comment as well. We do have 2 new characters coming in, which they're complaining about.
First of all, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
The titles are
Play with our
wrong.
hearts.
I'm just saying that you got 2 out of 3 wrong.
Yep, that was specifically. At least one of those out of 3 was deliberate. Maybe 2. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I will say that I had to suffer a slideshow presentation. So I just want to point that out. This might be retaliation, but we are back. We have Syrinscape in the background for the sound and all the bits and pieces. We are using some new backend, so there might be some issues, but we did some testing in the break. And the amazing Hirokiwi Chibi did the artwork for the show, and Lorian Ross did the music
Yay.
for the intros.
That I did.
So yeah. And there's new artwork as well that was personally commissioned by our new characters, or new characters, players, whatever. Anyway, let's do introductions. Let's get into the show, because that's how we're going to start. Lorian?
I'm going first. Hi, I'm Lorian. I'll be playing Azzy, the hydrokinetic kobold. After a bit of heartbreak at the end of last season, I'm excited to get into what he's been up to for the last 6 months. And while we're here, I'm glad we managed to get this one in, because happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride Month.
Cheers.
MrLiveProducer.
Yep. Hi, MrLiveProducer. I'm playing your Jake Blazing Fury, who's been thrust into certain things, which we'll get into the game, I would suggest.
Indeed. 6 months off.
And Will and Del, you don't have to say who you're playing, but you can say who you are.
Oh, that's
I'll go-
Will.
I'll-
I'm Del.
Together, they fight crime.
We fight crime like Batman and Robin in Gotham City. Yes.
Will and Dell, attorneys at law.
It might be
We're-
closer than what you think.
We are abogados. Yes, we are. Yes, we fight law. Wait, no, we don't fight law.
It's been a while. We've missed this.
As a quick recap, for those that missed the last few episodes, or the last, say, maybe 5-10 episodes, really, of everything coming to a head of the last season, there was a little bit of a rupture, and two characters went off to save the world so that the others in the circus didn't have to put the risk, because I mean, these people are circus performers, they're not adventurers. And those that went off, I mean, are they good for the circus, or are the circus good for them? I mean, it's hard to say, but they disappeared off one night, and that's it. 6 months have gone on where the Circus of the Broken Chain is now the premier and the only circus in the city. So what's been happening 6 months now that you've lost your ringmaster and HR department?
One more important than the other.
Probably HR department's more important.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I was getting at.
No.
How's it been going? What have you been up to? Azzy?
Well, I went first for the introduction, so why doesn't...
Oh, okay. Jake. Is Jake our new ringmaster? How's the hat fitting?
I actually had to get 2 holes cut in for my flumpy ears to go through. So that you have to put the hat on and string the ears through so the ears don't get crushed. Apart from that, it's not been going too bad. It took me probably 1 or 2 shows to get used to how to actually not be an arsehole to people. So he's got pretty much the charisma now to actually able to talk to people and actually not only just to be the friendly uncle at the fire, but also to actually be able to get people and organize people to the point where they can do shows. And you'd usually see Jake behind the scenes, just making sure everyone's okay, got everything they need. Probably a little bit of HR, a little bit of recruitment, but more often than not, just being the front doggy. I was going to say front man, but doggy I think sounds better.
So are you also going to be the HR department? Is that what it sounds like?
Just keep in mind the stress that.
Oh, I know the stress. It's pretty much more about letting probably the professors probably helping out a bit more there because they know more about what goes on in the background than I do. But then, what is Azzy doing at this point? Is Azzy helping with HR as well? Because they're so bright and bubbly?
Azzy's helping out where he's needed. He's not like committed to one particular job in the circus, but rather like being just like a helping hand anywhere that is required. As well as he's really worked a lot on his performances, and he's kind of come into his own with that. He's had... It's been a long 6 months, and he's changed quite a bit in those 6 months. You know, having never lived in a city, suddenly living in a city in 6 months will, he's got some new perspectives. First month or so was rough, particularly after the heartbreak at the end of last season. Maybe visited brothels a few too many times after that initial visit. But recently, he then sort of, after he got over that, kind of delved a bit into crafting. He got his old ringmaster staff that he had, and he's transformed it into his own personal staff, which and using his old fishing spear as a base. So that was kind of like another couple months of just like, I'm now going to dedicate myself to like projects, like have something to do to take my mind off things. And the most recent development, Azzy's got a boyfriend.
Ooh.
Still early meeting them. Just wandering around, met them at a bar, and then met them at a few other establishments. A most unlikely individual, a Knoll.
A Knoll.
Yeah, called Makaru, and they write, and since that has come about, he's finding himself a lot more cheerful, a lot more confident.
Okay. So,
maybe you weren't expecting that, were you? But
No
for context,
no kidding.
For context, this is my partner's Pathfinder character that they've created.
so, we start our season 3, just like we started season 1. well, not that far.
You're gonna kill the Ringmaster.
No.
Wait,
but
I'm the Ringmaster.
we open our show, and it is the night of the show. You're at Act 4. You have 5 minutes to do what performers are doing the final act and who's performed previously.
Oh.
Have fun, Lorian, MrLiveProducer.
Oh boy. I really appreciate the heads up for this.
You're welcome.
That's super handy.
You don't have an HR.
Okay, Circus. All right, here we go.
So the night has been going pretty well. The weather's been a bit tumultuous, so to speak. A little bit of rain as it's like the night started. The first few acts been okay. You've been well received, but then again, you've been here for a while, so people know what it is. The amount of anticipation is not what you expect because you've just been here for such a long time. You're not the new circus in town. You're just the circus in town, in the city. So you don't have that initial vibe, but you're still doing your shows from time to time. And as I said, the weather has not been the best of tonight. It's been raining. It's been raining most of the week, but it's been raining. And as the first couple acts start, the rain just increases, and it just gets worse and worse as the show comes on. We're up to the final act, Act 4, which has 3 tricks. Who has performed already?
All right, I'll say that. Do you have any questions, Lorian, or are you pretty good so far?
No, I've just started putting out,
rules.
assigning them randomly as.
Okay.
Smoke Dragon will have gone first, and as an initial introduction, Fidget, Fireworks, and Flamboyant Sisters usually work together. So Fidget would have put through a couple of firework tricks, and Flamboyant Sisters would be done them. Same with Featherfall 5 and the Dwarven Throwers. They usually work well together.
So they're the big number? Or?
No, they're. Actually, how many is for big number again? Is it 1 or 2?
1's for big number.
All right, then if that's the case, then for big numbers. Sorry.
Smoke Dragon opener. Then it was.
Oh, so 1 for big number.
Yeah. I would say probably put the Featherfall 5 as big number.
So for those watching, I'm talking over them while they're talking here and organising this. There is a sheet of like an organisational chart, and I've given them 5 minutes to do this whole thing, which we usually do offline. But like they've had 6 months to prepare this, haven't they? This is what they.
I know we got another couple of new ones, which isn't in the Circus Acts.
What was the one you said went with Dwarven Throwers?
This is
Featherfall.
So those are 2 Act 2 build up.
Also for the viewers, this is also what our previous Lyriel, the HR department, would fill out pretty much all the time. So to give it to the new people,
I say Azzy's been taking the big number more often than not.
I say Azzy will be going with big number with probably one of the other people.
Well, no, Azzy's
big number's
big
1
number's
trick.
a solo act.
Finale's 3.
Oh, okay.
You're into the finale, so you need
so
3 tricks for the finale
is
at least.
One. I would probably say
Fireworks.
Okay, so Fireworks will be for part of that one's. I know we have another one from the Menagerie. I think it was the horsey or the.
Yep.
Or was
Pegasus.
it? Was it Pegasus? Thank you.
That's not in the NPC tricks, but I will. I do remember
Yep, that is part of that one.
Now you got to make me find things. Damn.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
aha.
dude, you guys do work, Karsh. Too sweet. We're live.
That's okay. I can find these.
Fuck it. Do you know what goes really well with fireworks? An aviary.
Sure.
There we go. Look, we're not saying it's good management, but it's management.
But it's management nonetheless.
I'm not saying that you had several other choices, but
No, I'm saying this is the funniest choice. Not the best choice, the funniest choice.
Here we go. The magical
I agree.
Mistancer, the amazing. Did we actually get the amazing?
It's too late. It's live. It's live. It's going out now. It's already done.
You're already
It's the
doing
fireworks and the 2 flying acts.
Now, I'm going to ask the question: did we actually get the amazing alchemist? I thought that person was the one who passed away in the previous episode because we couldn't get to them in time.
I think you got no.
there was one that died at the bottom of a well. It was the Azzy dude.
Hydrokineticist.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
me.
hydrokineticist.
Okay.
Well, there was a different you that
the
died.
other water one.
Oh, there's a different hydrokineticist.
There's too many
Well,
water.
no, because they died.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could have learned a few things from him, damn it.
You could have.
And I got the Fireproof Flynn. I think Fireproof Flynn in the previous show would have damaged themselves. Because they were trying something fancy with you.
So we have Fidget's fireworks, a Pegasus performer, dancing Pegasus or flying Pegasus, and Axel's amazing Avery,
Yes.
all combined in the big act.
Commit.
Committed. Okay.
It's locked in.
Del, can I get you to do the HR part and put the DCs and the tricks while they're doing that? Because it's just
Fine.
you're not just going to sit there and do nothing. I'm going to actually have you help me in this case.
Okay, but my thought, method acting, make it hard on them.
Well, we've got to do the
done and
presentation.
done.
I'll do it.
So, as the night has been going on, the weather's been getting worse and worse, as I mentioned. But we have our ringmaster needs to do a spiel.
Okay, so Fidget, Pegasus, and the Axle. Alright.
I expect at least a 20 stanza poem, at least.
Iambic pentameter.
Exactly.
This is putting a lot of pressure on our players, by the way. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, thanks,
There's a lot of
Karsh.
mechanics here. Yeah.
Dang.
The curtains open. Spotlight comes down center.
And as the spotlight comes down center, you see a little, not, I would say not as pudgy, but he's been missing a few leg days. And you see Jake, not in his normal Blazing Fury costume, but more in top hat, tails, literally a tail with a tail, which is quite a funny bit. And he leans into that sometimes with the clowns, saying, "And thank you, Azzy, for the wonderful, wonderful tricks. And I hope you enjoyed it too. But to take your mind off everything that's going on outside, and we do appreciate your wonderful attention to today's show, we introduce in the leftmost ring, Fidget and their amazing fireworks, their lovely new magical Mistancer, and in the center ring, Axel's amazing Avery. Wonder at how the birds take the fireworks away from Fidget, throws them in front of Pegasus, and Pegasus flies through the circle of the fireworks.
Watch this dramatic recreation of birds of our great battle versus the fireballs.
Hey, I thought that was half decent with just, 10 seconds ago.
It was, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, we have some DCs come up. Thank you for the.
Yeah, I don't know where Miss Dancer's
24.
poster is. Where is her poster? Or their
In
poster?
NPC tricks in Legacy of the Lost Gods.
I was trying to find those.
I don't think I have access to that.
Okay,
I have named
Pictures of
NPCs. Player how?
It's not shared with everyone, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, I found
Oh,
it.
no, NPC tricks.
yep.
It's
I
just
can't
in a
find
different
it
place.
when I went looking
Yeah.
for it.
I got it. I'll put them in. Do the other two first.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be Fidget be first because they're lighting the fireworks to get it ready. So who's doing that role?
Owen?
Yeah, I'll do it. What are we?
For Fidget, it's trick DC of 20 for acrobatics plus 9.
There you go.
First, natural 2. For an
Isn't low
11.
good? Wait, no, wrong system.
No, it's not. It's not basic role playing system.
No, that's gonna be a bad. That's gonna be a failure. We've also got another part of it. We've got performance of 9. Again, same DC, I believe.
Wait, is that?
Missing that +2 from Lyriel, aren't we? Oh.
Yeah. So we have a 1 and a 2.
Well, actually, their checks. If that's an acro. Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at Pegasus then for a second. So I would say to recover on the natural 1, we get the clowns come in.
Oh, I'm sorry, but the clowns are feeling sick tonight. The clowns have clown lung.
I was gonna say they ate a bad cream pie, did they?
The
It was
clowns
made
have
with
clown lung.
it was
And
made
they've-
made with sour cream, not fresh cream. But clown lung. Fair enough. All right.
That's the random.
Yep. So to work
No
that up,
clowns, so
I would say
So-
say that the
fireworks hit the Pegasus, basically. That, I mean, a 1 and a 2. That's
Yeah.
kind of what has to happen.
Yeah, which is fair enough. All right, if that's the case, then when the Pegasus does their next trick, so it's plus 17.
So the fireworks go off, lighting up the big tent, and as the Pegasus is flying around, and the big one.
Okay, I have an even better one for that.
Oh no, this
The
is going to end
fireworks,
well.
the fireworks burn a little hole in the tent, which Azzy has to quickly put out. But then now a certain spot in the crowd is raining on them.
Okay, so the fireworks don't hit the Pegasus; it hits the roof and just puts a hole in the tent, and now it's dripping in over. And the tents are like they're strong, so they have down points. So now it's like pulling down a torrent, a waterfall.
And Azzy's like in the
small
background, like
section
trying to
of the
like
crowd.
control it, like hold the water. But people have still gotten wet.
So instead of a waterfall, it's like more of a mist. It's like it's sprayed out a little bit more.
But here's the thing:
away.
it's not like the nice clean water as part of Azzy's act when he like splashes the audience. This is like rainwater that's collected on the roof of the tent with like all the bird shit and twigs
And dirt and
detritus
dust.
and dust that has collected there over the time it's been there. So it's nasty water.
You've been there for months now.
Gross. That's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, I'll take that. All right, well, yep. I'm going to roll for Miss Stancer now with an
Yes,
acrobatics
please
of
do not let me roll
17.
anything ever again.
Proceeds
Could
to
be
roll.
magic.
Let's go.
So that will be an acrobatics of 34, 37 if I read that
37.
correctly.
It's a critical no matter what. Because in Pathfinder you can critical skill checks, not like D&D.
Yep. So I would probably say that the okay, and we'll just also roll the performance while I'm here.
Yeah.
Another D20. But that's still a 19 for performance.
It's a 19 out of 24. It's still a failure though.
Failures aren't the worst.
No,
Failures
not.
aren't the worst, no. Sometimes criticals can be bad.
Yes.
In this case, how's the acrobatics working with the fireworks explosions and the water now in the...
I would say that for the acrobatics check, it would have done like a barrel roll through what was remaining of the fireworks, and then for the natural 3, it would have gone through the water and got wet,
Okay.
And like splash the audience even more.
and splashed the audience, more of the audience, even more with the bad water.
Meanwhile, Axel on the ground, pulling out birds from his cloak, from his magic cloak. Lorian?
All right. Can we make
So
it 3
nature's
to 3
is-
for terrible rolls?
+7, DC 15.
Third time's the charm. Hey!
Oh,
26.
I was hoping for the 1. I was really hoping for the 1.
I kind of was as well. I wanted some
Same.
to die.
So Axel was pointing out these doves and whatnot to the crowd, and they're flying around, and and it kind of negates like some of the rain coming in, just a little bit of the rain coming in, and the night goes off mostly successfully, apart from that happening and any previous things happen. I'm not going to do the full calculations and everything. It was just more of a pressure of like, hey, get all this organized quickly. The night.
I appreciate not having us do the entire show.
Yeah.
Like just this final act.
Yes. Unlike what someone else suggested, which would have been.
I did root for the entire show. Yes.
Which would have been them sitting out for an hour or two, especially with Emi not being here today.
I'm going to fly to Oregon and stab you.
You're gonna have a hard time. I've never been to Oregon.
Wait, who? No, I'm getting you confused with another one of my American friends. Sorry.
The Oregon
No
Trail.
boxing here, but not in Oregon.
I'm gonna throw a knife at you from Oregon.
Right.
We're gonna throw the big one at you.
I apologize in advance. I'm in a sassy mood today.
No, it's perfect.
No, we are perfectly sassy. We rolled a natural 1. We're all good.
So
And we rolled a
where-
natural 20
The
afterwards,
Twitch
so we're
mods,
good.
that is a joke. That is a joke. Twitch mods, that is a joke.
and also for the like YouTube algorithm, it's not. It's yeah. But either way,
Del and I are very close friends. Would only ever stab each other consensually.
I just clipped like that button, like the clip this button before you said that. So that's what it looks like when I'm. Anyway, so where is Del? Where is Lizzie and Boyd while the act is going on? While the rain and the final act. Where are you?
Do you want to go first and take control, or do you want me to go?
I mean, I think we both know whose character is in control, so.
Okay, so.
Oh my.
Sitting in the front row, you see a young boy and his companion sitting in the front row, looking around. And as you kind of see him looking out into the firework light and seeing about Fidget's fireworks spray out into the sky and hitting the Pegasus, you just see his eyes just sparkle. Although from the side view profile, his eyes don't really move very much. But then, looking ahead, you see it sparkle. As you see it sparkle, you see him just kind of like, Liz, look.
I can see. I can see.
It's on fire.
Wait.
No, the tent. The tent's on fire.
I don't think so. It's. I mean,
Oh, no,
it's.
No,
It was
the
just
rain.
the sparkles.
The rain. I think the rain put it out. It out. Okay. All right. I guess we
Do you think we can just go up to them, or do we have to like wait for the morning, or?
No. Well, I think we just go up there and we just talk to them, and I think they'll just understand exactly what's going on.
Well, we shouldn't
I
go
mean-
on stage.
Oh, well, there's like a backstage. But we have to go across the stage to get to the back. So I think we'll be fine.
Maybe we can go out and around.
I'm just gonna go across.
What?
And then it's just as like the show is finishing up, and as like the kind of everything's, the roses are being thrown and the garbage is being thrown, everything's being thrown onto the stage. I don't know how well received it was. You see this young 14 to 15-year-old boy kind of jump over one of like the rafters onto the front of the stage. He has this red hair going out, and his face is a little bit pudgy. And his eyes, you kind of look at him, if you look at him straight on, his eyes kind of look fine. But from the side, as he kind of turns his head for a second, his eyes look like they are not quite right. As he kind of looks around and kind of just looks over, he kind of makes eye contact with one of the performers and just kind of starts running along. As you see him running along, he just kind of just continues forward. This young boy wearing like this large cloak made of most likely fox skin, very orange in his kind of, stature. He just kind of continues forward as he's running along and going across. What is Lizzie doing?
Just boy, wait. Oh, okay. This woman, human, appears to be maybe 18, 19 tops, in sort of a large pink dress, almost taking up 2 seats, kind of feeling a little bad for it, just due to the sheer volume of it. Kind of hops over, clutching a yellow umbrella to her chest, and just starts running after, looking a little concerned that someone will see. Boy, what? Maybe back there was.
Hey! He runs up to the.
No,
he runs up.
The one
the
that
first
was
person he
fixing
sees.
and doing the water. He had the. That could be the Cobalt. God, I don't remember his name. That they. Just continues following.
Who's Boyd running up to? Who's this 15-year-old running across the stage after people are now moving out of the audience because the show is now over?
First person that he sees closest to the edge, putting their stuff away. He's kind of drawn to Fidget because she has all the fireworks.
No.
It's all the way over there.
We need Lemmy.
Hey, Southern Belle with a gun.
We need Lemmy. Damn. So, hey. This is dangerous, this area. This is no stand back.
It's okay, if it's dangerous, it's fine because
I'm so sorry about him. I'm so sorry. We are just we're looking for a few people.
Yeah.
Step back.
I'm looking for Azzy and Jack.
Azzy and Jack.
I'm pretty sure.
Azzy, Jack, and Leafy. Yeah.
No, it
the
was
other one.
Leafy because she was made of leaves.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm better with names than you are.
One Piece is
Sorry,
real.
we're looking for. Yeah.
Is there? Yeah, I'm looking for Azzy, or Jack. Luffy, maybe might.
It was Leafy. I'm sure of it.
Azzy?
Is the Z silent?
Are you performers?
We're friends of a friend.
Can you juggle and throw something at you?
Just jumps back, both hands. Just
As you
on the
jump
umbrella.
back and it hits the ground, it explodes in sparks. Maybe not jugglers. I can teach
appreciate
you.
not throw. I would appreciate it if you could get. You said Azzy was their name. We're looking for a blue sorcerer.
Oh, Azzy's blue, yes.
Then would you be able to perhaps point us in the direction of that individual?
So you're not performers?
We're not
No?
performers, but I've just seen that explosion on the ground. I've seen it looks quite damaging. How would you like to sell me your formula for your explosives? I'd like to actually purchase them if possible.
We don't really sell
I
things
have-
around here. I've gotten out of that business.
I've been
Boy.
looking for someone to join me on my adventure into the wild.
Adventure?
You look adventure, yes. If you'd like to join me, I pay very well. I do a very nice pension plan, because obviously when you retire you want to be living nice and high, and obviously I will invest all of the goods and things that we make together Very good.
There's
Tell me the
three of
This
us.
is a 15-year-old trying to sell us a Ponzi scheme.
There's three of us, like my family. We all work together.
Family. Family is perfect because if you reference your family and then you get them to also recruit other people into the party, then we'll get like a set of people and we'll make a good
yes.
profit.
So I
own
get their
boss.
profits.
You'll get a portion of their profits and then you give the profits to me because the portion of that profit will come to me. And then when we do that, then we'll be able to buy our own
But then
big
you're taking
castle.
my money.
Boyd, can we focus?
Sorry, focus.
Thank
We're looking for
you.
Azzy.
Azzy.
I don't know a Azzy.
Azzy.
Bazzy.
The one that
I don't
did
know
the
a
big app.
Dazzy.
The whole big thing with the water and all that.
What's
Oh,
going on
Azzy.
here?
Water sorcerer.
You're Azzy?
Welcome. I've not seen your faces around here before.
They're not performers. Look, and he throws something else towards Lizzie again.
I will quickly catch it with a ball of water before it explodes at their feet.
Thank
As
you.
you catch it, it like sits in your wall of water for a bit, and then and
And
the
I'll
explosion's
just
music.
let the detritus splash to the side.
Much appreciated.
Fidget, we've talked about throwing explosives at guests.
I know it's fun. Wait, no, that's
To you,
me.
it's fun, and that's so valid for you. But not everyone shares the same sense of fun. Not everyone's as fun as you, and some people really don't appreciate it. Remember
Have you been
the
talking to my brother
minor
and sister?
lord that tried to sue us 2 months ago?
Oh,
They were
are you
only
looking
minor.
If you're
Oh,
looking
I
I'm
know,
for
minor.
but his
representation-
coffers weren't minor, and that's the problem.
I know,
Alright.
if he could juggle, he could get more money.
Fidget, how about...
You've been talking to my family again.
Yes.
Been talking to my brothers.
No, but they want to talk to you. Now,
I don't want to talk
apparently
to
it's
them.
urgent.
It just sounds like
Well, fair enough. Oh no, wait, the
should
family.
find the
No, I'm
other
thinking
one.
someone. I'm thinking the family were the ones that were left.
I
That
think
stayed
it's
behind,
fine if we
right?
just tell them. I think if we just tell them.
I'm
it should
sorry.
Be fine, right?
These
Should
fine
I-
folk
Yeah,
clearly
tell
want to. These fine folk
Yep.
clearly want to.
Want to tell us
have a
something?
word.
What do you want to tell me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
right,
want to employ me. Am I allowed to be employed by them as well?
We're let's
That's-
just initial point, Boyd. Initial point.
Yeah, Gadget will get to you eventually
Sorry,
when we hire you.
I've
sorry,
been remiss. What are your names? My name's Azzy. You might have seen. Yeah, my name's Azzy.
I'm
no,
Fidget, and Fidget says that to Azzy.
This Fidget. Has anyone told you recently how funny you are? You should do a comedy act as well as your explosives. I'm sure it'll go down a treat.
Be explosive.
Explosive comedy is my favorite kind of comedy.
I can't tell if he's being serious or not.
I think it's called sarcasm, but also, okay, everyone, silence. I have the floor. So, you have to understand that I'm here to let everyone know that Lydia is going to die.
Oh my god!
Who's Lydia?
Who's Lydia?
I'm so sorry.
Lydia is going to
This-
die, and Vance is gonna die too. They're dying right now.
He's
I'm
Vance.
so sorry.
going
You
to
know,
die.
Let's not. Actually, I'm so sorry.
Shouldn't you go to the police?
They're going
Are you
to
talking
bring
about
murder.
Are you talking about Lariel and Van Reek?
I don't.
Perhaps they're
He's-
the elven people.
Two
yes?
half elves. One's a long orange hair. The other one's got quite the temper on her.
Sort of yay tall. I think she's full. She had real long ears. Brown hair.
Yeah.
Lots of yellow.
Yes.
And,
You've heard from them.
He had scars and half missing ear. Man,
They're dying
You've
right
heard
now.
from
They're going to die.
Dying.
No. He is
They're
exaggerating
dying.
a little bit. They are not. They were just we were working with them and we ran into a bit of trouble.
Please, I would love to hear more from you. We need to get some of this. Fidget, could you please go and get Leafy and Jake? Now. It's urgent. Fidget, I'm being deadly serious right now. Please go and get Jake and Leafy.
Can I ask something first?
If you must.
What does your dress taste like?
It tastes like fabric, and I would kindly ask you to stay away from it, please.
Fidget, stay away from her dress, or I will bring up. Fidget
picks up a few.
I'll just conjure up some water to just like push Fidget in the direction of the tents.
Fidget picks up way too many items, explosives, than he can carry, and starts running probably too fast than what he should be, towards the back of the area.
I will. No, I'll leave it. I'll let it be.
Mm-hmm. And in the back of the area, Jake, there's someone out there that wants to hire us because someone's being killed or in danger or murder or something.
If you two could please come with me, we'll go to one of my tents. We have a bit of privacy.
Okay, biggest tent if possible.
Yes.
Whatever will do.
I just want to put out this is the big tent. I'm not
I mean,
yes, this is a big tent with a hole in the roof letting water.
We're taking the biggest of our private tents.
Biggest private tent sounds good. Let's go. Continue forward.
I'll go to the campsite. Jake, what do you think the setup for these camp? Like, having been here 6 months, do you think we've made the campsite a bit nicer?
Oh, there'll probably be lights around the place. Just
there's
well-worn paths now because between caravans.
I would say it's gone from camping to glamping.
This is a new management.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When I was given a bit of control, I didn't leave Jake to just do all the Ringmaster, but I was just like, the health and well-being of the employees comes first, and so we need to get the accommodation up to snuff.
Is there 5 a.m. morning yoga classes with Azzy?
No. There's 8 a.m. morning yoga classes for anyone who wants to be there. He's not a monster.
Can I point out there's the haunted cave experience?
Oh yeah.
with Calcac.
Yeah, that's like a side.
Did we actually monetize that? Come see the haunted cave.
Absolutely.
Come to the murder
100%.
forest.
People have died in that cave. People have died in that cave.
One thing that Azzy has come to realize is that humans are so incredibly stupid. They love to be frightened, and he doesn't understand it. But he will monetize it.
Because he learned from JoJo.
He has. He's been
the customers never right. There is still the no-go area, no-go zone of the swamp because there's still the willow is still dangerous.
That is sort of barricaded off. There's a wooden fence that's been built at some point to
the Circus of the Broken Chain takes no responsibilities for death takes no responsibilities for harm or death past this period.
Yeah, people can pass.
That's
there
actually
is
on the
passage there, but
sign.
we make them sign a waiver first.
Yeah.
That's the sign barricading that section. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a waiver. There's always legalities. No.
Azzy's had to be a fast learner. He doesn't like it, but he's had to be a fast learner.
Either way, you find one of the larger caravans. I think it's the Ringmasters, which would now be Jake's.
So Jake would have his caravan, but he'll keep the Ringmasters as the meeting truck, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So just listen here, make yourself comfortable. Can we get you some drinks and tea? Jake
can
does
you
amazing tea.
Yeah, can you give me 4 different cups of tea? I would actually like one with milk, one with honey, and one with milk and honey, and then also another one if possible.
You don't need to do that. Request 1.
Can I have all 4?
I'm sorry.
It's
Are
okay.
you good? Are you good? Being out here, looking at Lizzie.
I've been told that I'm a
Okay,
people
fine.
person. I'm a people pleaser, and that I need to cut down on that for my own well-being. So I'm going to get you 1 cup of tea, sir. Which would you like?
Can I have Can I
You
have,
can have
like...
another one afterwards, but
He'll take the
Oh,
one with the
perfect.
milk.
with milk.
Can I have the
sure.
one... Yeah, milk, please. Yes, please. Thank you.
No worries.
of
And for
course.
yourself,
I'm all right.
sorry, I didn't get your names.
Oh, I'm Elizabeth Daywalker. You're fine to
Elizabeth
call me
Daywalker.
Lizzie if you want. And this
Lizzie?
is Boyd.
Boyd. Lizzie and Boyd. Okay,
I
thank
can
you.
introduce myself, okay? Yes, I am Boyd.
Hi, Boyd. Nice to meet you. Yeah, be right back. And I'm gonna like, in the way that Jake has shown me on occasion, like just quickly put together some tea while he's on his way.
Oh,
It's not quite
there would be a tea earning there with basic teas.
It's not quite as good as how he makes it. Like he has a special infusion blend or something, but Azzy's got his own like little thing he's been playing around with. Azzy's blend is like it's kind of like a bit of apple chamomile, a little bit of cinnamon on when it. Kind of like a sleepy time tea is Azzy's favorite.
Okay, at this point, I would say that Jake would just be going into the caravan right now. I would say Leafy would be probably sleeping. Leafy doesn't really want to leave the tent. They're having restless petals, I would say.
And the animals are not. The animals are probably also not enjoying the wet weather in the cold
Jake,
night.
oh, Jake. So
Okay, so
Jake, this is Lizzie, Elizabeth, Lizzie, and Boyd.
Boyd!
Hello?
Lizzie,
Hello.
Boyd. This is Jake, our ringmaster. They have news of Lariel and Josiah or Van Reek, whatever, however he.
Oh,
Well,
right. Oh, okay, okay. One more time. Okay, Lydia
No,
and Vance are dying! They're dying! They're being murdered right as we speak.
I'm
very sorry. I don't think it's quite that serious at this point in time.
I don't know, it seemed pretty serious to me.
A while
as he
back,
centers himself.
a while back, we met a few individuals that we thought you knew about Lydia and Vance, but it apparently may be different.
Is that the names they were going by?
Yeah, it was.
'Cause it seems like he has a habit of misremembering names. I just wanted to make sure clarify that.
No, we knew
said
them for a
Van.
few weeks. He
Yeah.
said Vance, and then he had us calling him Van because nicknames and all that. And then Lydia was just she liked Lydia, but I think they were. You said, I mean, man about yay tall, long orange hair, scars and stuff.
Yeah.
Half
And
elf.
then Elven lady.
Yeah, Elven Lady Brown. Yeah. And we were headed out to, one of the Aeon towers in the area, and they seemed
We're going to
interested
an
in
Aeon
coming.
Tower.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Do you guys know about Aeon Towers? So, if you go to
Yeah,
Aeon
we've
Tower,
been up
if you know
one.
about it,
Yeah, they told us about it. That's how we knew about y'all, because they
And-
were telling us that they went with a few others.
I
To
knew
the
about
one
Aeon
on
Towers before.
on
I
this.
knew about it before they told us about it.
We did, but they told us that you'd been to one on this island and that you managed to get through it. But we were headed up to one and got a little surprised. And we thought that maybe you would be interested in helping us.
What so?
okay, let's take a step back. You know about the Aeon Towers.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this
Why-
was that your
why
first
are-
Aeon Tower? And why were you on Aeon Towers?
Lariel and Van. I don't know what to call. I turned to Jake. I don't know what to even call him now. Is it Josiah? Is it Van Reek?
Just say Van.
Let's
I think that's what they.
Let's just go
I
Van.
just
Let's
think.
just go with Van.
He said Vance. Vance was
Vance.
the name.
We'll go with
We'll go with
Van.
Van. We'll go with Van. Lariel and Van. Those two are they? Well, you said they were dying. You say it's not that bad. I want facts. Like what was the? How did you see them last?
Sorry, my cat.
I thought you just closing the caravan door so no one else could hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so They are dying.
Okay,
That
boy,
tells me nothing.
why
boy.
don't you
Please,
let
I'm
me-
trying to.
We were headed up to the Aeon Towers, and they were, getting ready to climb and get in, and we were with them, and they were kind of ambushed, and
Okay, who were they ambushed by?
a bunch of kind of weird-looking creatures.
Smelly?
They smelled real foul.
Yeah, they're called the
Lots.
Bullgats if you have
Is
not
it-
seen them before.
I'm
No, we've
pretty
seen
sure
it.
that's not how you say. Yeah, and we knew there was no sort of chance for us to kind of get that back, and we were real. We just kind of dipped out, but we thought that they said that you were real helpful. Maybe they just needed your assistance. Or we could employ your assistance, right, Boyd?
this is
We
what-
could employ their
so-
assistance.
Employ,
Why-
yes. I have lots
Why
of
were
money.
you going to the Aeon Towers? Why were they going to the Aeon Towers? Here's the thing. They disappeared 6 months ago. We dealt with another really nasty bunch in this city. We had a falling out, and then they vanished. I spent a while tearing myself up thinking that I was the reason they left. What have they been doing? What's...
They haven't.
Well, we met them in a small town. They seemed like they were doing well. Boyd,
They
do you
were
remember
very.
them giving a
Yeah,
reason for
no.
wanting to go with us? I think they just wanted to come with us.
I don't remember. Oh,
They might have said
so
they were headed the same way.
They came. So what happened was, we came to this little logging town, and they came to my call for people to come and to help us explore Aeon Towers, and they were very smelly, and they looked like they were having a hard
They were.
time, and I gave them my own gratitude and my own governance to be like, I will employ you and give you a job and give you pay, and they said yes, and I said okay, and then they came to us, and then we moved along. That was the thing.
That's not
Why-
really how it went, but it's close enough.
Why
Okay.
why were you interested in the Aeon Towers?
Oh, because I want to claim them for myself and then revive my people I've known before in my life.
And I'm kind of interested in Eridan. I want to kill a god, so I'm doing a bit of
You want
investigating
to
on
kill a
that.
god?
Yeah.
I have several...
I have so many questions.
Oh, don't worry, it's one of the bad ones.
Okay, number one,
yeah,
why do
I
you want to kill a
guarantee that.
god? Number two, why do you think you can kill a god? Number three, why...
Well, that's why I'm doing the research. I figure if I can figure out how Aiden died, I can,
Okay.
Do we still have the
Aiden.
book of the book of Aiden, or was that taken?
Lyriel took that.
Okay.
Why? So, first of all, which
But the
god
point
and
is,
why?
Well, I don't think it would be wise to say their name. I'm not quite so bold as to say, strike me down where I stand, especially because
It's
they
not a
very
good
much
one.
could. But it's
not a good one.
of the good
What's
ones.
their domain?
Bad.
Some evil stuff.
This tells
Bad
me nothing.
domain.
Okay. Can I roll
The
like,
realm of
perception
badness.
Like, are these guys? This guy was trying to sell a Ponzi scheme earlier. This could be just complete bullshit.
And
I want to
apparently,
roll a sense
Boyd,
motive.
what you said looks about 15?
14, 15.
14,
yeah,
15.
Younger, yeah.
18,
14, he's
19
very young.
for Lizzie. 18, 19.
So yeah, these folk are young, or at least they appear young, and they've gone on about wanting. They know Lyra and Van, which is like, and they want to kill a god, and this guy wants to own the Aeon Towers. I'm just having a general perception.
What's your
of
perception?
What the fuck? What the
Roll!
28.
Lizzie's a bad liar. Everything she said has been pretty truthful.
That frightens Azzy more.
Yeah, she knows your people. She's been trying to kind of
She knows.
be realistic. She
She
knows
knows your people.
Lyriel and Van.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Lyriel and Josiah.
Knows our friends.
Yeah, she knows your friends. She's been trying to be accurate. And she wants to kill a god and thinks it would be unwise to be like, I want to kill this god specifically because they could strike her down, but they are evil.
You seem like a very honest girl.
I appreciate that.
Makes my second conclusion that you're a very foolish girl. Why? You don't mess with the gods. You don't mess
I mean, Eridan died, so there's
Yeah.
past precedents. So it's kind of if you look through the paper and kind of see the paper trail, and you kind of oh, Eridan was
the point
murdered by
is,
a bad.
we got our reasons for going to the Aeon Towers. They're
Okay.
not,
She's
bad reasons. We were,
Debatable.
with your friends, and your friends were in trouble, and we thought that you might want to help them or help us.
Okay.
They are.
I definitely
dying?
want to help them.
They're alive, and we know that,
Please.
Boyd.
Please stop saying that. Okay, I'm really trying my best to keep it together. Right now, I'm kind of freaking out. I've done a lot of work in the last few months to control my emotions,
They're
but
doing
this
very
is not
well.
helping.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me rephrase it. They are hypothetically dying, but they're still alive as of yesterday.
Okay, and I have to ask this question: how do you know they're alive?
Oh,
Because I got the ability to actually talk to them while they're alive, and they've been sending me stuff back.
yeah.
So
But
Can you speak
he's
to them
been
now?
he's been using a spell, can't? Yeah.
I haven't spent the one. Yeah, I haven't sent the one today yet. You want me to I can do that for a price.
You can do it now.
Oh no, I can do it. Yeah. Good faith. Good faith.
Azzy, I would like Azzy to wordlessly demoralize Boyd.
He's
Azzy's saying I can tell you about your friends but I'm gonna charge you. Azzy will just glare at him and lightning will across his eyes. And Jake would know through the 6 months his lightning powers have gotten a lot more powerful, but a lot more unstable as well. And so
Oh.
it's intimidating.
That's a little scary. He's just got to pick his words carefully. He's only got so many of them.
37 intimidation against Boyd.
I have failed. That is higher than my
I-
will save.
Boy, I may be small, but I'm no child. I would like you to be quiet and leave your friend Lizzie to do all the speaking now, please.
Actually, he's got to speak in order to do this spell. So if you want to talk to your
You can
friends, look, I understand that you're frustrated. I get frustrated with him sometimes too. But don't you dare be threatening him.
Okay, it's how they get. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I think we take a step back.
I'm sorry, miss, but when someone bargains my friend's life before me, I don't take very kindly to that.
And I
So you'll
understand
forgive-
that.
So you'll forgive my... I've said I've been trying to control my emotions. This is me doing just that.
Okay. Alright, so how many words do we have? Okay, when you send a message, can they reply back?
Yeah, no, it's the same one that usually people send, but I put a limit on 20 because the last 5 words are my own sponsored bit. So it's kind of just 20 words.
Boyd, dear,
Will, I'm going to kill your
Why
new
don't
character.
Boyd, these people have lost their friends. I know you can
yeah.
relate to that. Let's
Okay,
take this a
20
bit seriously.
Okay, 25 words. I can do 25 words.
Thank you.
I will
What would you like
ask
to
them
send?
where they are, how they are, what they need. I say with the circus, where are you? How are you? What do you need?
Is that 18?
Circus, where are you? 6, how are you? What do you need? Is 12.
Is 18.
Is
It's
12.
It's
With the
math.
circus, where are you? How are you? What do you need? 13.
it's 13. Yeah.
You got a different number every single time.
It is 13.
13.
Now, Boyd, why don't you go for that?
And then favorites tea to confirm we are talking to the right people.
Well, the spell automatically goes to the rat people.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
We know that we're gonna.
Shapeshifter.
What?
Are you well, it goes to the rat people. Are you sending to Lydia or Vance?
Usually Lydia responds like rarely, but Vance usually responds pretty quickly.
Okay,
so it just
yeah, let's
depends.
go to Vance.
Okay, so you wanted with the circus. Where are you? How are you? What do you need? Sponsored by the Broken Chain.
No sponsorships.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
I'm just...
It's 13.
And they only have 25 to send back, right?
Yeah.
Only 25.
I need to keep it short.
I mean, you don't
How-
have to use all the
What?
words.
No.
They'll know it's him if he's being all silly too.
Fair, yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything more to say. Let's...
How urgent is it?
How urgent.
Okay. So, with the circus, where are you? How are you? What do you need? How urgent? Okay.
That's we want to help. So, how urgent? We want to help. We want to help, and then that leaves you 5 at the end, like you wanted.
Okay, perfect. Sponsored by.
Thank you, Azzy.
the Broken Chain. Okay, perfect. All right.
So,
Okay.
so sponsored by the Broken Chain. That's your bit. We'll talk about it after the message.
Okay, perfect. All right. And you see him he just kind of puts his arms out for a second. He puts his arms together, just like almost in a prayer kind of thing. And then he just kind of like reaches in his bag, throws out a bunch of sprigs onto the floor, and just starts lighting them each on fire. And then just, okay.
It's
All right,
just
buddy, you got
process.
this. All right, buddy, you got this. And a little lizard kind of pops out of his coat pocket and just says, he just throws him onto the fire.
Oh,
And the little lizard just kind of jumps around in the fire as it looks like it's squiggling all around, but then you notice that it's like running out of the fire, but it's going back into the fire, and you see it just kind of squiggling around. It's like, all right, roll, let's go. Okay, it worked. With the circus, where are you? How are you? What do you need? How urgent is it? We want to help. Sponsored by the Broken. I added extra word, my bad.
Good counting.
Okay, it's coming back to me right now. All right. This is to Vance. He says, don't come. That's the end.
Azzy just like kind of takes a deep breath. Give me a moment. He walks outside, closes the door. You hear a mighty peal of lightning, and he comes back in. Okay.
Usually
What?
he sounds
What?
like
Sorry,
a joke.
he's been telling us. They've been telling us that they're alive and stuff, and that they're still.
He usually sounds like a
There.
joke. He like last time he said knock knock, and I said, oh, he said knock knock, and he answered for me, who's there? And he said, oh, a knife in my chest. And then I was like, oh, that's really funny. I don't know, understand exactly. He's never said only a 2-word response before. No
Okay.
refunds.
What?
Can you do it again, or do you have to wait till tomorrow?
I already spent the other one today.
Okay, so
Sorry.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
One more day. Sorry.
What do we do, Jake? What can we? What can we do? We need to. What? Okay. You came to us. Did you want to take us to them? Is that why you're here?
Well, we thought that you might, go back to the Aeon Tower with us. We think they're probably still there, and you could, we could work together and kind of get through it.
I will come with you. I will come with you. Jake, I'm going. You can as well. I'm going to tell Leafy as well, and she can make her decision as well, but I'm going to go.
I mean, the more people that you can bring that can fight, probably the better.
And, if
we only
Jojo wanted me to listen to him and do what he should have stayed here and continued to be Ringmaster, but he's not, so I'm not listening to him anymore. I'm going.
Okay, well, first off, it might be time to move to Circus anyway.
Well, here's the thing. Are we going with the Circus? The setup here is really good.
Yes, but the setup here is also starting to get a bit, stale. There's only so much money in this town, and I think we're getting to that level end a bit.
Here's the thing. We can't wait for the Circus. If they're in real danger now, we need to go. The Circus can follow behind us.
I mean, it took us a while to get here, and they were still alive throughout that whole time. Because, we had to take the ship over.
It's not going to be the menagerie again that
where did you come from?
Oh, we came from the main island.
Absalom.
Cortus, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
Absalom.
not Absalom. That was real far south, right, on the map.
Yeah.
Shit city. Terrible place to actually do business.
We came back through Diabel.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's be fair. Tonight's show was we were showing a bit of wear and tear with tonight's show, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was great. It was.
we get a bit
fantastic.
stale.
It was good, but it's like
People almost died. It looks amazing.
The fireworks were. He
The
thought
second
the
part,
tent
not
was on
the-
fire.
yeah.
Because we're on the...
Jake, you're the Ringmaster.
So I'm just trying to find a look of the map of the place, but I'll do that in later. As much as I hate to say this, I think it might be time to move on.
You could write it off as a business expense. You can say that you're franchising.
To be fair, I did actually think
Expanding.
about that. Leave a token group here of people who want to stay in the city, and we take a few of the people who want to come along and learn new tricks. Also, get more acts. There's only so many times that we can do the Axel's Avery in this town.
Yeah.
What? That was an
It's 6
amazing
months.
act. I loved all the birds.
He's not changed his act in 6 months. It's like he was so. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I think it needs the threat of death to actually invent new tricks.
He needs to move on from being motivated by fear. He needs to be motivated by something healthy.
Money.
But yeah, that's better than fear. But when you've grown up, when you've only known how to be motivated by fear, then finding something else is very difficult.
Yeah, how about you, Azzy? You gonna be okay leaving?
I just got comfortable. I've just got comfortable with this city.
I know that was a challenge.
Yeah, I have to tell Makaru, but he doesn't particularly want to stay here either. So,
Okay.
but he'll go his own way, I'm sure. I'll keep. But yeah,
How about this?
Yeah.
I go and talk to Professor.
I mean, I've been feeling a bit of wanderlust, to be honest. Like I always thought of myself as a traveler, and
I know Azzy.
cities
I'm
are
not
nice.
Azzy. I know Leafy will need to move soon.
yeah, she can't. She
For lack
has
of a better
to, doesn't
term,
she?
put down roots.
Yeah,
So,
I think it is time.
alright, well, how about this? I'll go and tell Professor that it's time for us to move on. Let Professor handle the pack down. We need to pack down the tent anyway to repair the tent, so might as well do it at the same time.
That's true.
So we'll get the tent packed down, we'll get that done. if we get all hands on deck, we can probably leave in maybe a week, and hopefully there's be a boat leaving soon. And we'll...
That's a real long time.
A week.
They are dying now.
They are fine as far as we know now.
They are
But-
ghosting us now.
I'm just gonna.
I still think we should go ahead of the circus.
Well, let's tell the professor, figure out how long it's going to take to get everything sorted out. Even if we have to head off first and let them follow. Because
I think that's what we...
Either way, we can't leave and leave. We've already gone through, what, 3 Ringmasters in the last 12 years? 12
Here's
years?
the thing.
Yep.
Those, like... Wasn't there something with... The... like, the Aeon Towers and Dusklight, there was a connection there. This can't be a coincidence.
Oh, God,
There's something...
of course not. Of course it's not a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences.
God, I'm
You
so
saw the vision as well, didn't you?
I know, it's just all so confusing. It's been such a long time as well. I'm just...
I know, we're not adventurers, we're performers, but... Okay. You're going to talk...
I want to save our friends.
Yes,
If they would even still be our friends.
Oh, they are.
I want to save them anyway.
They're our friends. It's just that they left,
I hope so.
and they're still fine. I like to believe the best in people, and they're saying stay away because they probably did what they did to stop us from going out there. And that's what they did. Unfortunately, they got in over their head. Which they did. So,
I just think...
if a person says that they want... Like, seriously, if friends of mine came up to you and says, I'm in danger, and I send a message saying stay away, that's what I would do to keep you away from danger, but we're going to go into danger anyway, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it's late. Okay. Boyd and... Sorry, your name?
Catastrophizing Azzy, it'll be fine.
Elizabeth?
Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Do you have a place to stay, or do you want to stay in one of the spare caravans that we've got?
I would like a complimentary caravan if possible.
We've got a place in the city.
Okay.
Let's not intrude on their hospitality and also other things.
Oh, yep, right. We need to strategize our plan of attack. Yes, you're right.
That
Okay, Liz,
is
sounds
not
good.
what I meant, but
Will you give us a day to get our affairs in order?
sure. Do you want us to come back tomorrow night then, or?
Tomorrow morning.
If we can put you in
or-
charge of booking up... How did you get here? Did you come here by boat?
Yeah, that. It's
you
not
could-
connected via land. You have to go on a boat.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm just wondering if it was...
Just teleportation magic.
Yeah, if you organize us a boat, we'll try and get everything sorted out on our end.
For all
By
of
then.
this?
No, all of this won't be ready by then.
How
So
many people do you want us to be set for?
Jake, I'm going as soon as I can.
Yeah.
If
Why?
you,
I know
if
you're
you
going
wanna
as soon
come,
as you
if you
can.
want to come with the circus or you want to come right now, that's up to you. And Leafy.
Well,
But I'm
how
going.
about we decide what boats can go, how long it's going to take us to get there, and other stuff that's going on. Alright, so... Boyd, Lizzie, thank you very much for coming and giving us a hand.
well,
Thank you for
so
letting
we
us-
can't make arrangements unless you tell us what we need to make arrangements for, though.
How many heads are we actually setting up for? How
And
much
also-
reimbursement are we receiving?
Jake,
Yeah.
let's be frank.
Oh.
It's the three actual people who can fight in this circus are you, me, and Leafy.
And then you got, depends what Leafy's bringing, if it's going to be Blueberry or
Blueberry.
Wisteria.
And Wisteria.
So,
So we'll say just
three
for
animals.
now, three humanoids and 2 animals. And
Three-
you 2.
Okay. And you'll be able to reimburse us for that?
Sure.
Sorry, our money is a little tight, and Boyd's, if you couldn't tell, a little stingy.
I'm not
Yeah, sure.
trying
We'll
to
figure
be
something out.
Okay, we'll figure something out. Perfect. All right, thank you very much.
So
Thank
we'll
you
be
for
back
business.
tomorrow night with those arrangements, and then we'll leave the next day.
Yeah.
If there's any problems, we'll send a runner
Sound
to
good?
where you are. What hotel are you staying at?
Do you remember the name?
I remember that it was pretty gross. I think it's the one in the what's it called? The Shattered Glass. That's where we're staying.
That that doesn't sound right. No, it was kind of it was. How about this? We'll figure it out, and we'll
Well, you have a
Lloyd
message.
will send to
you have a
you.
message spell. Yeah.
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 Do that.
I only have
Okay.
like 2 of those a day.
Well,
Then hopefully we won't need it. Come on.
well then you know what
Okay.
you're using your 2 tomorrow for. 1 to contact us and 1 to check up on Lariel and Van Reek.
Lario and Van Reek. Okay, sounds good. Van Peak. Okay, sounds good. I got it. All right, sounds good.
I'll make sure
All
he
right.
gets it.
Okay, well... Yay? Okay,
Just kind of guides Boyd out. Why do we have to change to their names? I mean, ours are more
Mm,
recent.
Yeah,
Says that after
but-
we're out.
You know, I was really hoping to hear from those 2 again. Not
yeah,
like
but not like
this.
that.
You think in 6 months they couldn't have contacted us sooner?
You know those 2, they would never... They left in the middle of the night to handle something that they didn't want us to bring into. And do you think they're going to be the kind of people who reach out for help when they need it?
I don't know. I thought I knew, but I really didn't. And just anything, really. Anything
well.
at all would have been nice.
I was like,
Rather than let us worry that... Now, no, we should have been worrying this whole time.
No,
Now I
we
feel
shouldn't be
bad that we
worrying,
haven't
no.
been helping them when we could have been helping them for these last 6 months, and God knows whatever they're doing.
they left for a reason, and, well, they need help. And that's what friends do, don't they? Go and help people when they care about them? Or they ask for help, at least? And send these people in a roundabout way to actually give us help?
I don't think... I think friends is a strong word right now.
Acquaintances?
Yeah. Like, I feel like... I don't know, I feel like I sunk that ship when they left.
Oh well. You do agree, it's time to move on.
I still want to help them, though.
Oh, yeah. That's who you are. And you're a wonderful
goddamn
person
it,
who
it
helps
was-
their friends. Former friends.
It was good. It was... Like, you guys, you took me in. You gave me a family. And that's worth... That's worth a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's what family does. It's like they left because they didn't want to risk the rest of their family, it sounds like.
Well, they're idiots, because we're strong as well.
Yes, they're also idiots. Idiot family. How many times have you...
Kind of arrogant as well, if you think about it. Like, this is
Again,
what I've been talking about.
family.
This is what I've been talking about this whole time. It's like they're tall folk, as they look at us 3 little ones, and there's just like the immediate association is children. Every time it's like, oh, they're kids, they're little. We mustn't put them in danger.
Well, now you can go to them and show them how much you've grown in the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna go get my spear.
Get your stuff ready. I'll go and talk to the professor, figure out what we need to do.
I'm just gonna do a run to town.
Yep, go ahead.
Let Makara know. that I'm going to be out of town for a while.
And actually, I was going to say, tell them if they want to come along, come along.
They like to do their own thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure they maybe one. Who knows?
Yeah. There's always space for friends. There's always space for family here. Anyway. To the professor.
I need some time to not... Yeah.
So, we're going to do a little bit of a fast forwards. So it's going to take about a week to get the whole place packed down. And even still, maybe another week for the whole circus to then move out onto a couple of ships to do the journey. On the upside, if you're only leaving for yourselves, it's much quicker. The pets is a bit of a questionable issue, but a little bit of money can help with that. One of the things of note you find in the docks are posters looking for. They look a bit. They look like they've been there for a little bit, but not like a huge amount of time. Carrick Grange is looking for entertainers in the Swadlands. Carrick Grange is an agricultural society, like an agricultural co-op, so to speak, are looking for entertainers.
Oh well, that's close.
I mean,
That's close to where we're heading, isn't it?
It's a good place to set up.
Yeah.
So, this is the question: do we go ahead of the circus, or do we go with the circus?
Something to be discussed in the break, I'd reckon.
Well, you can go ahead. I can you as the GM, I can say you can go ahead of the circus and help set things up.
Yeah, let's do that.
But either way, so you book passage, and we're going to have our break, and we're going to come back as you come off your passage into Carrick, the city of Carrick. Well, I say city. It's actually about the same size as Escadar, if not bigger, actually. But I think that's what we're going to have. We'll have our little break, and we'll see how we go. I do apologize, sorry, as the GM, for the audio issues. We're using new systems back end. I can put upward compression on some of our players to be a bit louder, but then we've got some static issues coming through with that. So I've been trying to fiddle around to try to get everybody's levels right, but I'm sorry if some people are quiet in some of those bits, but we'll figure that out. But thanks for sticking around. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and see you soon. And coming in, there we go. Takes a little bit to come in for everybody. There's a little bit of a delay as each thing comes in, but we're back. We're good. And we come back in as our... I want to ask a couple questions. How does Jake feel on the ship leaving Escadar? How's the journey for Jake? How does he feel?
It's nice to be back on the water. And as much as I enjoyed being back in the town, it's good to leave it. Again, the act was getting stale, but also probably a little bit of wanderlust, but we're leaving the town better than we found it.
How does Azzy feel back on the water?
Azzy's conflicted because things were going really right in the town towards the end of that break, but he still was like not satisfied. And now he's finally leaving and moving and on the water again. He's like, oh, I get it. That's why. Because I was in the place too long and I was getting really restless. But I'm going from like a place where I was happy, like getting like finally like figuring things out. Now I'm on the move again, which is where I feel like most comfortable, but we're going into danger. So it's just like
How does Boyd feel?
Is he capable of feeling?
He is quite happy that he has new people to actually depend on. He's quite happy that he doesn't have to pay them. And also, his motivation is that, yes, we are going to explore the Ion Towers. And obviously the ocean for him, it's not a big deal. He's survived on it for a while before. He's lived a many multitude of careers and professions, including pirate. But let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. This 14-year-old.
Yeah. How does Lizzie feel? Going back.
Lizzie rented them out a small little like box below deck and has been staying there the entire time. And if you go down and you talk to her, she's just a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous. There's,
Okay.
When we get there, that'll be great.
It doesn't
Boyd's
like the
recruiting
water.
people.
Boyd's recruiting people. How's Boyd recruiting people?
Hey,
Annoyingly.
do you want to get on this? Do you want to get on this really good investment thing that I have going on?
Okay, we'll skip
Quite
that
nice.
that recruitment. Okay. Okay. I was like, recruiting for what? Okay, no. So we arrive at the city. Oh, so we arrive at. We've got new maps, by the way. Let's move you to new maps.
Ooh.
New maps.
Hope these
I
are
did not
right.
make this one.
Absalom. Absalom.
Why not?
Absalom. I mean, I've got the maps of Absalom, but different version. So we move to Carrick. You arrive at Carrick late in the afternoon, because of course you're going to be late in the afternoon. The massive, the port itself is far larger than where you've left at Escadar. The port of Carrick almost dwarfs the city of Carrick itself. There are massive, massive ships here, and as well as a lot of small trade ships. The trade ships, the bulk of what is here in the docklands are coasters. So smaller ships or small to medium ships which don't go out to sea, but just go from around the coastline, not too far out, because they won't be able to handle the rough seas itself. But this is certainly a trade hub, a very important and very busy trade hub. Your ship journey has been relatively uneventful. You've kept to yourselves and done your own things. And when you arrive at Carrick itself, again, like the shipyards and everything is just massive, and that's like what dominates the city. As you exiting the ship, there's a throng of people. There's trade goods mostly being loaded and loaded off ships, mostly loaded onto ships. Hay bales, food. You can just smell produce, livestock. There's just so much activity in the docks. It is a hustle and bustle in the docks. Through the bustle of the docks itself, a distinctive figure is walking through the docks. He stands out because of the way he dresses. And by that I mean, you see a lot of people dressed as workmen. This person is certainly dressed above that standing. Dressed in a fine long coat. And not a top hat of sorts, but certainly a well-to-do hat. He certainly stands out, this person, and he catches your eye. And are you dressed up or are you dressed down?
I think
dressed for-
I
I
think
would
Azzy would
say
be dressed down for
dressed
like,
for traveling.
Yeah.
However,
Just
Jake will probably have
like
his top hat
comfortable
on.
clothes.
Because
As
if we're
always.
just
Lizzie looks very dressed up, like she stepped out of a time 100 years in the past or something.
It depends because Boyd would be dressed okay, but if he sees this person, he would just look at them, and if he's trying to see a potential person to talk to, he would begin to dress up. He would just like throw on like a really nice coat, you know, snap his fingers and just look very nice and fancy.
So
But coming off the ship, he would be average.
So how do you become dressed up while still on the while walking through the dockland?
Oh, he just let me do this. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. If he's kind of walking down the docklands, he kind of sees the amount of people going around kind of seeing like this. The ship itself most likely had a lot of people he talked to, but before this, Boyd has been kind of presenting himself a little bit highly. His chest is kind of pushed out a little bit as he just kind of looks around and he sees that, you know, there's some potential, you know, there's potential market share here. And as he kind of sees all of this happening, he just kind of just looks for a second and he just kind of says, "All right, buddy, you know what to do." As the little tiny gecko on his shoulder just kind of nods for a second, reaches into his pouch and takes out a small little ribbon. As the ribbon just kind of goes on Boyd's little kind of on the back of his hair, you just kind of see Boyd begin to just kind of shift for a second, and his clothes become a little bit more shiny, a little bit more fanciful. There's not a big overt change, but they become a little bit more fancy. As you see Boyd's cloak, before it had kind of like a made of fox fur and fox skin, now it is bright and radiant. You can see that his coat and his overjacket, although dirty and dingy before, now have been cleaned and nicely ironed and pressed, starched a little bit. He still smells terrible, but his looks are different, as he just kind of uses a small spell of illusory disguise, as he just kind of just, you know, looks a bit fancy walking down the ship, as if he owns it.
So the gentleman, and certainly looks like a gentleman, has a large moustache, a purple overcoat, and you can see he's got like a rich burgundy jacket under a rich burgundy outfit underneath with purple pants. Has a cane, and has large golden clasps, like disc-shaped clasps, holding the coat on. Again, like if things have like got golden motifs or golden edging, he certainly looks, again, like out of place with everyone walking around, and he seems to be talking with the workers as well. He seems to be actually, he's not looking over them. He's not, but actually being able to talk with them at like on their own level, and not type of like. That's the impression that you get to him. He sees Boyd work off the ship, and he says, "Oh, new to town. Welcome. My name is Oppa. What can we do to you? We'd like to welcome in the new locals."
I have many. By the way, this is a 14 to 15-year-old, very short. As he just kind of looks over and he just says, "I have many things to say about your travel. However, these ships have been beautiful to me. I do feel that the bay and the dock are quite nice and developed, but I have ideas to make them better. If you would like to actually know if they've become better or not."
I just put a hand on Boyd's shoulder.
But we have no time for that. However, if you would like to take this, and he takes out a small kind of piece of paper. This is my company. Yeah, it's a little flyer that says Boyd's Investing Company. Invoices required. As he just kind of looks at me and says, "That's just my own company that I try to promote. However, I'll say this, is that Carrick is looking beautiful today."
We try to make it as welcoming as we can. It's a busy dock. Do you have
It's gorgeous.
shipments coming through? Or perhaps
Quite
you'll be
nice.
looking to ship things out.
Exporting and importing. I know economics. However, but to understand this is that I am trying to figure out, do you have a lack of performance in your town lately? Of a lack of things that you do not want to actually have your people in the city try and experience?
At this point, Jake is just on the boat.
As
watching
he's
this.
like
you're
going, as
in
he's
the
going,
crowd. You're on the dock.
as he's like, you need to keep me from walking the opposite direction from him and just not stopping.
I think
I've been cooped up with a boat with this boy for a week now.
You
It's
know
a
all his
miracle I didn't
plans.
sink it.
I think
You know
what
all
my
his plans.
dear friend means is we're with a group of people that are performers, and I think they're coming ahead. But we also just need to know, just for us, could you point us to the nearest NAS inn?
Well, performers, where you must have got enough flyers. We've sent them out on the ships of recent weeks, but didn't know you're the first ones to come back and speak to us. We were expected.
Well, actually, you're looking for. Where did Azzy go? Oh,
Our ringmaster's a
Jake,
little bit shy.
you see-
I'm
However,
right. I
he's
know. I
try-
didn't actually walk off. I'm just like,
Oh,
I was saying to Jake, you're gonna need to stop me from doing this.
you're gonna want to talk to them about the performances. We just want to know where the inn is for logistical purposes.
Well, if you like wanted to, if you're here to perform, I'm sure that I can set you up somewhere in the town, on the house, of course. If you're here to work for the town, it's not just
That'll-
Carrick, of course. It's the surrounding villages, the surrounding lands. Like everyone's in need of entertainment. At Martin Cleag, at Castlin, and like everyone needs a good entertainer.
It's a gold mine.
Well,
Performance
again,
is a gold mine. It's a
That'll
gold
be
mine.
them that you want to talk to.
And you're not with them at all?
Well, I'm with them, but they're the performers.
They are our best friends. We've made a lot of investments in them.
They know what
Understand?
they need. Is what I'm
They
trying to say.
They
You're a
are
bit
trying to look
young
for a new place.
investing. But,
He's
come
older
from a
than he
very-
looks.
Yes, I'm actually a little bit older than I look. I come from a very rich family, you understand. And understand this, that my parents have very much power.
Boy, you're being pretentious again.
Oh, sorry. I come from a place like this, but understand that, like, I come through
She just
these places
slaps
like...
well, some of us have
That
had
was-
to work hard to get
As he
to where we are
as he
these
leads
days.
into Jake. Oh, I really needed to see that. That I feel a lot better now.
You know that this is actually... We don't need to pay for entertainment anymore. We can just watch these two half the time.
He
Did you
does
need to
say-
pay for it before?
He does say that some of us have actually had to work hard all their life to get to the place of staying, but we do so in trying to help our community. I myself, I'm the elected leader of the Carrick Grange. My name is Offa Vandy. That's my position, but I've worked hard for years as the local mortician. I mean, some people see it as a dark and dour profession, but I see it as helping those tend to their grief and giving people peace in the afterlife. But I spend all my time just here at the docks and helping people. And the Grange itself, if you don't know what we are, we're an agricultural cooperative, so to speak. A lot of businesses, a lot of young lords come in from, say, Absalon and try to throw their money around. Yet the only way for us to fight back is to band together as a community. And that's what we're all about, a community. But we're looking for some entertainment in that community because things have been a bit hard recently.
Well, their
I would
performers
say-
are great.
Did you say you're a mortician?
Yes.
Boy, be calm.
Oh, I just wanted to know, just to verify.
He
Yeah, no, we
takes out
provide
a small
entertainment.
card and passes it to Boyd.
Wait,
Thank you. He gives it to his little lizard on his shoulder, and just kind of the lizard just envelops it in fire.
I see you can
keep that
do
for
magic
later.
tricks.
Magic, yes.
sorry.
Performance complimentary.
I want to step in at this point. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, we're both
Yeah.
seeing everything going on. Was the step in now?
So, sorry, I just want to clarify. These two that knew, we were not fully decided on whether or not they're associated with us. What? So, you're a mortician and you're looking for entertainers.
My job is a mortician, yes, but it's but my position in Carrick is that of the leader of the Carrick Grange. So we're an agricultural co-op.
Okay, so
Right. Why?
So it's the cooperative which are looking for entertainers because crops have not been the best of late. So we're looking.
Oh.
Okay.
We think that entertaining and bringing people's spirits up is a good thing.
So the mortician thing was just like a side tangent. It's not actually okay.
Well, they are a mortician, but they're also the leader of this area, which
Yeah. I just thought there was a connection there.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not like the leaders of the city who are just like stooges from Absalon, elected from Absalon. I'm actually here for the people, and
Right.
elected from the people.
Okay.
So okay.
You do see some looks from when he says that in public, because a lot of the people here are just workers. There does seem to be a little bit of
in that
honesty.
case, where can we set up? If you've we have some measurements for how big we need the tent is, and also grounds for the people who work there, our campsite. Did you have a place in mind?
He mops his brow with the handkerchief, and then puts it back into his. Well, if you'd like, I can get you set up in one of the local establishments, and we can discuss business over dinner, if you would like. It's a bit hard to do that type of stuff in such surroundings.
Yeah, sure. We are on a tight schedule.
Tonight?
Yeah,
You're on a
that would be best. Yes.
Yeah, I might have to do some business while we're together, but it's not an issue. It won't be an issue.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, you just had 4 random people come saying, "Yes, we're circus people."
Well,
Oh, that's not a bad thing.
yeah, we have. We're here ahead of the main convoy.
Yeah.
Of course
so
you are. Of
would-
course you are. I will. And so he says. So well, and he starts just giving you instructions on where to go to the near, to a fine tavern in the town, in the city, and he gives you a card, and he gives you a card after writing something on it, and essentially says, "Give this to the owner, and they'll put you up, and I'll carry the bill." It's reasonable, of course.
Okay.
After all,
Sure
it's-
thing.
you'll be here on the Granger's business, and they understand that. But within reason. After all, I would be employing you, would I not be?
Oh, is that
Emplo-
is that the situation? You're
He's employing us to put on entertainment for the area.
got you. Okay.
Are we still getting money? Is the circus going to be free, or
I mean-
for free,
you
or you're
can-
buying your? Anyway, we
We'll
can
figure
discuss
that
this
out
at
over
lunch.
dinner. We'll
We can
figure that
discuss
out
it
over
later.
dinner.
If you wish, you could always try to ask the farmers and ask the locals for locations and whatnot. That's up to you. But either way, on the back of the card is my address, and say 8 o'clock. We'll have a spread set up at 8 o'clock, and no, it's a few hours away, but looks like I will be heading home and speaking to my staff. Should give you a few hours to freshen up.
Sure thing.
Again, he mops his forehead with his handkerchief and puts it away.
Can I get a sense that he's of any how he's feeling? Like if he keeps mopping, can I get like a random a read on him?
I mean, you can try.
Okay, what would that be? Perception?
Be a perception.
Okay, I'm gonna perceive how he looks. Okay. If he's feeling nervous about anything. Says a 34.
Yeah, I'd like to get in on that as well.
Well, he does.
I just want to.
He does feel nervous about something, but he has mentioned that the crops aren't the best, and they're looking for entertainment to try to liven the spirits. He does seem quite genuine. That that's what he's looking for. There might be other things going on, but then again, he's a mortician and he's also a business leader in the location, the master of the grain. So he could have a lot of work going on, and that's what we can get from both the 34 and 35.
Okay, that's not
33.
bad. Okay, so stuff's going on, just nothing immediately triggering the danger sensors.
He also seems to be in connection with all the stuff going on at the docks right now. So while he's not, he doesn't own the docks, he doesn't give you that impression. The impression that he has with the people that he's spoken to when you first noticed him is that people know him.
Yeah. Okay.
So there could be a lot going on.
Yeah, one of the things he said is people looked at him and went, when he said is like the leader, and went, anyway.
But when I say look at him, like the locals look at him not as a lord from the city, but as one of their own.
As a local.
Yes.
Which is fair enough. Which is good.
And he was speaking to them, what you could see is more of a local, not like yelling at people and whatnot to hurry up.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to purvey.
Sure. I think just we are hesitant to trust people in general.
No, really? Why would that be? Why would that be?
I wonder.
You find a nice hotel.
We are a very prestigious circus. We need to find a really nice hotel.
Prestigious.
God,
Trusted. We are
I've
very
been trying to hold
prestigious.
back laughing all this time with that. So you get to your hotel.
There's something very telling about the fact that Boyd is a character that Karsh absolutely adores and I hate.
Yeah, it's like, oh well. You
All in
follow
good fun,
instructions, and it is a nice hotel and inn. The city does have quite richly appointed locations, mainly for guests from out of town. The locals wouldn't be probably. I mean, they wouldn't. It's not like they wouldn't be seen dead here. It's just like they have a lot of guests from Absalom visit the location. They've got a lot of business dealings for Absalom, and so this would be one of those locations.
This would be like the Hilton of the area.
I wouldn't say the Hilton, but it's like
It's
higher class.
It's higher tier.
Higher. Yes.
A really nice Holiday Inn. I see.
I wouldn't say Holiday Inn. It's certainly not an Edamoga pub, and that one's for the Aussies. Google it. Have a look. So, I was expecting my phone to actually pick up from me saying that. So, you get yourself freshened up. How are you going to be dressing for tonight's evening? I mean, you have a few hours after.
As much as I hate to say this, I'll be dressing up in full ringtail in full, I won't be going in my combat armor, is what I'm trying to say. Because we're not expecting battle at a person's house and breakfast, at lunch.
Yeah. As
Famous
he's gonna
last
go
words.
As he's going to go in his sort of smart shirt and waistcoat, you know, he's going to look nice, but he's not going to, like, not go full performance outfit.
Yeah, I'm actually having a look at my inventory to figure out if I have any armor that's not.
What about Boyd?
Well, first of all, does Boyd have his own room?
You all have rooms for yourself.
Perfect. Then in that case, Boyd would emerge from his room. He'd be wearing full suit and tie and regalia. You notice that he has like 5 rings on each finger. Oh, sorry, each hand. And you notice
I bring
that...
okay, I'm glad for that point of clarification because then it'd just be like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, 5 rings on each hand, and you notice that he's wearing full suit and tie and regalia. He has a cummerbund going on. He has like really nice dress shoes that are shine to the teeth. He also has a little lizard, has a little bow tie on him, and you notice that he also has like a little tiny book. His book looks to be almost like a black leather book bound because on his side. As you can, it's just kind of walking down the stairs. You notice that even though this is kind of almost tailor suit to him, his pants go a little bit too long past the shoe. So you notice that the kind of shoe kind of goes under his shoe every time he kind of steps. So it's just a little bit too long. He's kind of ordered one that's a little bit too long for him. Although you've kind of seen him do this himself. He did it himself using a lizard disguise. He's wearing his regular stuff underneath. But still.
I was gonna say
A little bit too long for him.
He'll grow into it.
He'll grow into it eventually, yes.
I love how
As
it's just kind of like a witch but blinged out. It's just like it reminds me of the Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Just like,
Yeah.
What about
love
Lizzie?
casting spells.
How's Lizzie dressed up? Or dressed down?
Lizzie never dresses down. She puts on a pair of evening gloves instead. She had her day gloves. Now she wears, the evening gloves. Still dressed very nicely. Got her little parasol.
It is like, I was going to say it is a clear night. Do you need the parasol still?
If it's not, she doesn't have it up, but she still brings it with her.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, she only has it up when it's daytime and only outside because it would be rude to bring it inside while open.
So you head together. A carriage arrives for you at an appropriate time for when you need to leave.
Yes.
Arranged
Jake
by
will
the
be bringing
Grange.
Jake will bring them all.
What more?
His weapon.
Don't you bring a weapon? For a dinner?
Damn straight.
Lizzie's got her stuff under part of her skirt.
Azzy will leave it, but Azzy will leave it to the side. But he'll bring his. Actually, no. Azzy won't bring it. Won't bring his stuff. He doesn't need his stuff. It's nice to have, but he doesn't need it.
No, Jake will have his weapon. It'll just be left in the hallway when we get there. Weapon
Do you want to
check.
put it in the bag? I got the bag.
You got a bag?
I have a bag. A bag
We
of
both do.
things that are being held.
A bag of.
I worry
Stuff.
that if I put it in there, I'll never see it again.
No, it's called rental space.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Appreciate the offer though. I'm
no
hold on to
worries.
this. I spent a lot of time working on it.
Okay, so the coach picks you up and takes you across the town. The town itself is relatively quiet and it's quite peaceful, and you get to a nice opulent building. It's by itself because it is the military, and it's just a little bit out of town. I should have a description of the house itself for you. There it is, of his house. The home itself is obviously the home is obvious wealth constructed with red brick and white granite accents. It sits on a small parcel of property by itself, away from other buildings, just outside of town. Wooden shingles cover the roof. Between 3 tall brick chimneys, at the roof's peak, a weather vane in the shape of a cockatrice is shown in the moonlight. A a path of crushed gravel leads to the front stairs, as well as seems to go around the house itself. The wide stairs rise to a front porch between a stately inset windows. The base of the stairs, so at the base of the stairs, is flanked by a pair of decorative stone urns which grow small plants, and a stone font is set into the wall next to the front doors. As you approach the doors themselves, Upper Vandy opens the doors after hearing the coach arrive on the crushed gravel. Oh, welcome, and ushers you in. I have drinks and a modest selection of liquors prepared for the evening. My staff are currently fixing dinner. Would you like to sit down and have a chat, or would you like a tour of the house?
I think a sit down would be nice.
Can I have a tour? That'd be nice.
Boyd?
Oh, sorry. I just like looking at other people's houses because.
Oh,
it's kind
I
of
mean,
like...
don't let me stop you if you want to do that. Absolutely. I didn't. I grew up with very little, so it's not. I'm not all that comfortable with.
That's okay. I grew up with very little myself, and it's taken me many years to build what we have here. It's not an easy thing to. It's not an easy thing to come from the streets. It's nice to be able to give back where you can.
Is this real oak?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank you very. Oh, nice, quite nice. You don't? No, oak. Okay, perfect.
So you're standing in a hallway inside the front doors, and there's a carpet, a rug that stretches this hallway. To the left, there's an open door, like an open area to the left, and you can see what looks to be a person lying on a, I can't remember what it's called, on a what is it?
Stand.
That type of thing, yeah. For just like on a dais, like displaying the body. There's chairs like you can see chairs arrayed around the room. No one is in there except that there is someone there, a male, laying.
Oh, that's right. You're mortuary. You work mortuary. Is this you live above the shop, as it were?
Oh, this is my home, and so work is my home, unfortunately. I also do the Grange work here too, but as you can see, I might be called away tonight if we have some visitors that need to pay their respects. But of course, it'll be okay. I will just step out for a moment, and you can talk among yourselves, and it won't be long. We don't have anyone staying and visiting overnight. I don't expect that.
What's the nature of the job?
It is, and it's about taking care of the community and putting their needs first, and so that's what we do here. To the right hand side, the sitting room. We can sit down, have some drinks, and have a talk, unless you want to do this whole tour. But otherwise, let's go to He goes to the viewing parlor and just closes the curtains, so like you don't have to see. And then into the other side, there's a front room, which is more of a sitting room, and there's a liquor cabinet, and there's a nice viewing area, and there's a warm fire in the hearth. This is. Would you like drinks?
Do you have milk?
I can call for milk from the kitchen if you'd like.
I would appreciate milk if possible.
I will get that arranged. Firstly, for the adults in the room.
Just some water for me, please.
Water, and the lady and the master.
I'm okay.
Just a pot of tea, please.
So water, milk, tea. Make yourself at home. I will be back shortly then. Not getting anything from the liquor cabinet himself. He leaves the room and walks up the hallway and leaves you to yourself.
Is it just me? Is anyone else getting like kind of?
I'm getting kind of a
uncomfy?
vibe. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a vibe here for sure. Like there's a vibe shift that happened from like the harbor to here, and I'm understanding that this vibe shift means that we may be in danger.
I wouldn't put it like that, but more or less.
Well,
It's like who would have a mortician have work in the same place they live? That seems wrong to me. That doesn't seem right to me.
He might be trying out remote work, maybe. Maybe he's like doing like a bringing work home, or perhaps we can just ask we can just ask him if you want. You want to ask him? We can ask.
If you haven't noticed, Boyd will ask any question he feels like.
I can ask. You want me to ask? I can ask right now.
I wouldn't.
anyway.
I'm not hearing a no.
Boyd,
No.
Okay. I was just putting it out there. We can ask.
Some people do live in the area of where they... Out of character knowledge, I've known a few mortuaries, and they've always lived in the same place with that.
Boyd, perhaps this is a particular situation that we should not bother the gentleman too much for.
We should do it with more liquor. I understand.
That is
How
not
about
what I
I-
meant, and you know it.
Do not
I
make
can ask.
deals.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask him, but I can ask the corpse. I can do that if you guys want. I can ask. I
Boyd,
can ask
you
the
will
corpse.
not
if you
go
want.
near that corpse.
I'm not gonna go near it. Siler is gonna go, aren't you, buddy? And he just looks at his little gecko.
Okay,
I
then.
have.
Questions? So do I.
Yeah.
You're by yourself. No one is here, and you think a little gecko would be able to sneak out easily.
This is the person we're potentially going to be doing work for. We've got the circus already on the way. We've got to be actually half decent to make sure they've got a place to set up first.
Yeah, I think this is something we can just let sleeping dogs lie for a little while.
And that also includes geckos.
That's fine.
Yeah, sure.
My gecko, he's fine. Oh, Lizzie, you could probably have this. And he's gonna just kind of hands a small bottle to Lizzie, a little vial. Have this. Oh, quick question. Looks at Azzy and Jake. Do either of you want to be like, like super strong or like super fast or like just in case of things that may happen in the future?
Boyd, what have
Because-
we talked about with your inventions and consent?
That's why I'm asking them. I'm not charging them for it.
You're not informing them of everything.
Oh, well, like, so some of these have like a really bad side effect, which may be like you might die, but it's okay because
Hard
if
pass.
you, okay, how about you? Looks at Jake.
Message me the one that you gave me.
Yeah.
I rarely use them. I'll take a strength. I'll take a speed.
What?
Okay.
You had to take speed from a 15-year-old kid?
Hey,
Hi, YouTube.
Like, if you want speed, you want speed.
Like and subscribe, YouTube. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
No, I'm on the thought process. If we're going to die in a combat situation, it's best to have something that might potentially kill us than get us out and not kill us.
I don't want another thing on top of all the other things that might kill us.
Oh, and you gave me all the information too. Thank you.
So suspicious. But rightly so after previous episodes. You can hear Upper Vandy returning through the house. You can hear doors opening and closing. And also a little bit of rattling of drinks quietly. And the closest door in the hallway opens and closes. And, are you still talking and handing things out, or you gone quiet, or?
Oh, we're
Just kinda
probably just
pass
sitting
things out.
around, passing the time, keeping an ear out.
So, why don't you tell us more about yourself? Just conversation like that.
So, Upper Vandy comes in with like a drinks tray. He seems uneasy holding it. He's trying to hold it, but it's rattling, and he's not used to carrying a drinks tray himself, but he's trying, and he hands them out. Myself. Well, what can I say? I've grown up in the big city and come out here for, I wouldn't say life and excitement, but to try to help the community. And I've been here for a good 30 years, and working with the Grange and working with the local farming cooperative. And it's just been a whole. In recent years, they promoted me to Master of the Grange, which is a big opportunity to help everybody, but also a lot of responsibilities, which is why I work with the document and work with the local farmers when I need it. But I'm always brought back down to a place when coming back home and helping with my mortuary business. And it's not a happy place, some people might think. I understand that people treat death differently and people have their own traditions, and we try to cater for everybody and everybody's different needs. Some people like to lay in state, and like we have at the moment, and others will have essentially the family stay here for several days while their loved ones are here waiting for the next step. Really, it's one of those things where we're trying to do what we can. I do want to say, would you like to take your glasses? I do know, should we be ready soon? As I was leaving the kitchen, my staff were starting to move things to the dining room. Would you like to follow me?
Of course.
Sure.
Certainly.
We can't. We're not gonna eat here.
No.
No,
The dining room.
This is the room where you meet people and greet people. Then you move from here to this next room.
Yes.
I knew that. But I was just understanding, like, like banquet rooms and things like that. I just wanted to know if, like, there was like a bigger room that was, meant for receiving guests, because, like, where I'm from, the rooms are bigger. But yeah, no, continue for.
The biggest room is the viewing room, but as he guides you through the house, he passes that in, like, we don't have to go through there, and moves through the house. There's stairs that go up and down, and he opens up the doors to a dining room. The dining room is comfortably appointed, a long mahogany table which would fit upwards of 10 chairs. Along the sideboards, there are several bottles of liquor and wine, small cask of ale, and there's a chandelier of crystal and red quartz which hangs above the table itself. You do see at the back of this room sliding doors which would lead into the viewing room. And there's also a curtain which you would say, and by the smell of it, leads to where the kitchen would be, to the front of the room. And it says, please take your seats. And on the table is a rich array of foods, a large, rich array of foods. So I'm just trying to find where it is. So laid out on the table is an excellent meal of roasted goose. So goose roasted in raspberry sauce, artichokes, turnip, and barley stew, collard greens and goat cheese, a warm black bread served with fresh butter, a selection of good wines and local vintage, as well as the other ales around the table. And there's also a pie cooling off to the side. made from custard and imported lemons. The smells are just amazing from the time you've spent on the ship. Do you sit together around the table? It fits. 10.
Yeah, sure.
Or do
I
you,
mean,
like, really
do they
spread yourself out?
do they have chairs to accommodate smaller folk?
Yes.
Or are we just like this at the table?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Opavendi will be able to cater, because he does
Well,
have
I mean,
guests of different, and he's there to cater for everybody. I'm sure there'll be other chairs you can bring forward and for different heights to cater for.
This is really nice. I really like the halfling chairs, but I gotta get a cushion because I am shorter than a halfling still.
A cushion. He just goes to the side, like the end of the room where the sliding doors are to the viewing, and just slips through, and then comes back with a nice purple cushion.
Thank you. I'll just pop that underneath and then.
And again, closes the doors so you don't have to. You seem apprehensive about the other side of the business here. It's understandable. It's okay.
You say that, Karsh, but
Not everyone is comfortable with
no, I'm not.
being around the dead.
What is just going to town?
I can't, like, it just, there's something sus. There's something sus.
So, are you the circus that have been making noise in Escadar? I believe that's where that ship was coming from.
Good noise,
that's
I
us.
hope. Yes, that's us.
I've heard some things about you. Well, good things, of course, yes.
Oh, there were some bad things.
Oh, yes. Maybe you had a fight with another group? Was something along them lines?
Do you really call that a fight, Azzy? That was more of a, Do you call that a fight
Business
or more
dispute,
just...
maybe?
I like business dispute.
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny that there was violence, but it was instigated by them. They were not good people, and a lot of what we were doing was self-defense. It's complicated.
Oh, I'm sure
We
that
can get
you
into
wouldn't
the
be...
story later if you want, but...
Oh, please, like, I'm here to talk.
But that's going to take ages, and...
We have all night.
Do we, though?
We have pie.
Is it good pie?
We'll give you
Tell the story.
we'll give you the Cliff Notes version.
As you're giving the Cliff Notes of the version, he seems quite
Same brain cell.
concerned about the menagerie and your views on the menagerie, and that you are able to apprehend them without undue violence. Do you talk about the Aeon Towers or the underneath the city?
Not unless he brings it up.
No,
Okay.
it's nothing that really... I'm not entirely sure how much people know
Like
about the Aeon
it's
Towers
neat. It's
outside
like we're
of that
here
area.
we're here to discuss circus business.
Exactly.
And Aeon Towers is like something entirely different.
Yes. He does ask about the other two's association with the group. Are
they're
you
literally...
working with
well-
them, or you like what's going
well,
on?
Two of our members of our circus came over here for unrelated circus business, and were informed that they're having some problems, so we're here to help them, help our friends, but also it was time for the circus to leave Escadar and move on, bring our act on the road, as it were.
And
I'm an investor. I am investing. I'm investing with them. It's a good lie, Lizzie. Don't worry. I'm investing.
Yeah, we're working on them.
You know, they say if you say it louder, you're more believable.
It's like if you want to get into somewhere and not get noticed, you wear something completely outlandishly garish.
But if
People
you
pay
say,
more attention to the costume than the thing.
But if you say it too loud, then you might wake the dead.
What the, you've got to
That's
ask
a
this
very
professionally.
That's a
Can
very
you wake
pointed
the dead?
statement.
Well, mortician humor. I'm
I
sorry.
can do it.
I had to.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do that.
Please
I can
don't.
do that easily.
Please
I can do
don't.
it now. Oh,
What?
In
Not
such a
tempt
dark
him.
profession, we need to have some sense of humor.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But circus business, yes. So, the way I see it, we can have you. We can set aside land. We do have land in most of the towns in the area that are owned by the Grange. So, finding a place to set up shouldn't be a hard thing to do. As for like locations, well, we have Carrick, which is where we are now, but we've also got Mutton Cleave, which is not too far up the road. It's more like Carrick is more the port, and Mutton Cleave is where a lot of the trade goods go through. So while it does have a lot of farms in the outskirts of area, the town of Mutton Cleave is more of like a central hub for those farmlands. So you should be able to.
What's the more residential area?
We don't really have residential. In the Swadlands, we are the food bed, or the food source of the entire island. Well, mostly Absalom, let's face it. So we don't really have residential. It's mostly farms. I mean, yes, we have mines and things like that, but farms is where we're focused on, being the Grange.
Yeah. And you said that earlier on that the crops aren't being that good lately.
I mean, it's not a hidden secret that we've had too many once in a lifetime bad crops, and it's more than just once in a lifetime or once a generation. Some people call it. I mean,
So for you at the moment,
it happens.
it's gone from once in a generation to once a week.
Yeah, it's well, I wouldn't say once a week. No, we're still able to produce what we do, but
Now-
things are not as abundant, so to speak.
I get the feeling that I remember from the first Aeon Tower that they are connected to the land. Does this?
do
is this
you bring up the
ringing-
Aeon Towers?
Well, we don't know how much.
Not to him, but I might just be like,
What's the name of the town from the first one again?
Aberton.
Aberton, thank you.
thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Lyriel would
Is
know.
there?
Yeah,
Is there
Laurel's
by
not
any
here.
chance any towers nearby?
Oh, you mean the old? Yeah, we've got a few old towers out here.
From the old civilizations, the
Yes, it used to be.
from like old Atlanti ruins towers.
I don't know about who they were, but we've got some old towers here. It used to be tradition that the people would give them offerings, would scatter offerings around the bases. But it's really been, I mean, over the years, it's kind of been phased out, and no one really deals with them anymore. I know that Mutton Cleave is having a little bit of an issue with the wellspring at the moment. So it's not really. It's not as pure as what it once was, and it's where they believe that they're having like they've got a rot coming through with the water that's been feeding their crops, so they're trying to get it from elsewhere.
That's interesting.
But
really
there's a few other
sounds
towers throughout the
familiar.
place.
I turn to Jake. That sounds interesting.
Who owns
So-
the towers?
No one owns the towers.
So they're free land. I see. Okay, thank
I
you.
mean,
He's eating.
I don't think that's how that works. I mean, it is how that works, and if you want to do right of conquest, but then someone will conquer you back.
we try not to have a right of conquest in the Swordlands. We do have a bit more traditional ownerships. Unfortunately, people from Epsilon, the lords, come in and try to buy up all the lands, and that's what the Grange is here to stop. So we can protect those investors, protect the families that have been here for generations, unlike those that just want the highest of profits. And we can negotiate with those larger corporations. Although, of course, not all of the locations or all the towns have been able to draw upon that. one of the towns is certainly a corporation owned. But,
Which one? What's the city name?
now I have to think. I think Turpin Row. But don't quote me on that.
Flip that.
Okay. I think it's Turpin Row. But you'd still be free to like go to Turpin Row with your performances, and everybody needs a nice performance. Everyone needs the cheering up. Turpin Row.
We can agree on that.
Turpin Row is less agricultural, but has some industrial side of it. They're a logging community, and from what I hear, the forest has always been good to them. So much so that as much, or the stories used to say that you could cut down the Immenwood, spend a whole day cutting down the Immenwood, and the next day it would be grown right back into the place. These days, the forest doesn't grow back as fast.
Sounds like what happened at Abberton.
It does sound like what happened at Abberton.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Abberton? I'm not familiar with that.
It was another farming community we were in when we first started our circus, which had similar issues. We think it
They were
might
loggers
be...
as well?
No, they were a farming community, and they were having similar issues about the whole land not being as bountiful as it originally was.
Ah. And let me guess, you as your circus performers brought cheer to them and brought greenness back to their lands. Like
Something like that, yeah.
Grass.
Yeah, we made the lands fertile again, apparently. Don't quote me on that. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's it'd be interesting to have a look at these towers. Where can we find them? Whereabouts are they?
And with that, you hear like a ding of the front door, of a bell at the front door. Excuse me, I won't be. And he gets up from his chair and puts it in. Goes out to the hallway. You can hear him talking to someone down the hallway, and you hear people in the room move into the room beside you, the viewing room.
Can your lizard spy on people?
Oh yeah.
I want to know. I kind of want to know what they're saying.
Okay, yeah, sure. All right, Zala. All right. Tell me what they are trying to say, and bring it back to me, buddy. Okay? And then I will feed you as many people as you want. Go.
So
hops off and just scurries off.
Jake, how did y'all join a circus?
I was picked up by them. Well, Jake, you were first to the circus, so you go first.
Well, as you heard in the previous conversation, me, Azzy, L'Ariel, and a few other, Van, Jojaya, whatever, however, I swear they change names more often.
I think we're sticking with Van for now.
Van were members of the menagerie, and then we decided to break off into our own circus, and we went up to Abberton to actually start a new circus. And then we ran into all that issue with the Eon Towers. And we picked up Leafy as well. Leafy was at the old circus and came here.
Yeah, and I was picked up along the way. I was doing tricks to try and get people to buy my fish. And they said, well, instead of doing tricks, don't sell your fish, sell the tricks. Because those are much more exciting. And so I joined that way.
Oh, those are... Y'all had a really nice performance.
Thank you. I figured out how to turn myself into water now, which makes it very interesting and exciting.
Really? That is... Have you gone underwater while being water? I wonder how that would be.
Oh, it's very strange. It's... It's kind of like... Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's like as he just kind of like sits there like trying to like figure out how to describe that sensation of like being simultaneously like it's like you can tell you're. I don't know. It's like you're almost like a ghost. You can tell where your boundary is of like your body, but there's still like no. It still like fades into the surroundings a bit. It's very strange.
Interesting. That's a unique one. And have you always sort of led the show, Jake?
No, relatively new. I'm 6 months into the job, but before that it was Azzy, and Azzy had to step back for personal reasons.
You know, I tried giving the Ringmaster thing a go. It wasn't for me.
I get that.
And then previously before that it was Van.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He definitely he talked about y'all quite a bit, and he seemed to love the circus a lot, so I can see him promoting it and
Well,
being
considering
excited
originally
about
he
that.
did not want to be the ringmaster, he was sort of press ganged into it. Tends to be the habit of the circus at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, the first show that we did pretty much had everything go wrong that shouldn't have gone wrong. Including the previous ringmaster before Van got killed by a really, really bad person.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah. It's been a weird time.
It's been a weird circus.
Yeah. Honestly, ever since I joined.
But okay, I have to ask the next question. What do you two know about the Aeon Towers?
Oh, well,
Since
I've
that we're
studied Eridan a bit, so
Mhm.
I know how they were raised, with the orbs from beneath the earth and things of that nature. I think they're supposed to have some supernatural abilities, but that's
they
kind of fuzzy and it's been lost
I
to
mean,
time a lot.
they do. I mean, probably not going to get into a fight today, so I'll just like activate. I'll activate the reflection of life, and and I'll just say, we went to an Aeon Tower, the one near Aberton, and we actually cleared it of an invading force of Yugoloths, and we got power from the tower. And he'll take like one of the like a knife, and he'll just like draw it across his palm, and then the wound will immediately just like seal shut again because of the reflection of life.
That was an interesting little trip.
Sorry, are you? I thought you said you were an adventurer.
I would qualify myself as a researcher.
Understood. Okay, you don't
Done
get
a
into
little
fights
bit.
very much.
I'm always prepared, but obviously I would rather not. When
well, you're around
possible.
us now, so you probably are going to get into fights.
Yeah.
I hate to say this.
If we're going to a bad place, then I'm afraid that.
No, I got that from what happened to Lydia and Van. I
Wait, what happened to
understand that
Lydia and Van?
when we were ambushed, I got that, we're
Oh.
up for a fight.
Got you. Yeah.
It's just, when I'm not properly expecting it.
Sorry, I'll let you know if I do something like that
Much
ahead of time.
appreciated, Azzy.
Yeah, so long story short, the Aeon Towers actually do something. They bring more, to make the land more.
They bring
lack of a better term,
fertilization
useful.
to the land. I wondered, was there anything about them being like different types of towers, like different elements?
Not that you know of. So at this stage, how does your pet, Lizard, I should say,
My familiar
the
Siler.
familiar, Siler.
Yes, he's going out and kind of going along.
Back.
He just kind of jumps off the table, and you see him just kind of scurry along the floor. Goes along the little tiny creaks and crevices and follows the our friend Opper out. And he just kind of follows in. You see just Boyd's eyes just completely turn black. And he just looks, and he just lies in his chair just... he's just lying in his chair, just his tongue out, just on the floor. And you see him just going...
So it's not subtle.
Yeah, it's not subtle at all.
Wait,
Just knocked
Boyd
out.
is doing this.
Boyd is doing this, yes. He's just knocked out. He's sharing senses.
Lizzie, is this normal?
For you asked him to send Siler.
And this is what that looks like?
Yeah. It's just, you know,
Okay.
it's a thing.
Baba
you don't-
Booey.
I understood. I just wasn't expecting that.
In the other room, you can see a man on essentially lying in state on a large table, being essentially presented on a large table. You see Oppa Vandy talking quietly with a woman, and she's just sitting there with holding Oppa's hand, and they're talking quietly together, like sitting in front of the body. Are you going close to listen?
Yes. Let me
Are you searching the
check.
room itself?
I think I was told to go listen, so I'm gonna do that. I just need to make sure Siler has invisibility or not. Let me just check. Let's see. I don't think he does, so he just has to roll a stealth check, which is my check technically.
I give it bonuses because it's a small creature.
Oh yeah, it's tiny.
It's a
Super tiny.
baby.
He's a little tiny lizard that eats meat. Alright, so...
It's dead bodies, apparently.
Wow, that was a thing that was said.
You're the one that specified dead. Sorry.
Give you some bodies later. Wait,
Okay.
what?
Yeah, so it is stealth. Off
Okay.
of my own thing.
So the two
So-
seemed quite like the woman seems quite sad and quite not distraught but just sad, so with stealth you can get quite close and you're just totally ignored. Are you trying to listen, or are you trying to search the room, or are you going to try to do both?
Listen. I think listening first and foremost.
Okay, so in the conversation, you can hear that Upper Vandy is certainly consoling her and just trying to calm and help her, like help the bereaved woman. She seems to be the wife of the man that's lying in state at the moment. You don't hear her name. You hear the name Homba, and also Mr. And also like you pretty much get the name Homba Huttonfell as the person lying in state, as her husband. You also hear that something like you hear that he died, or like he died peacefully in his sleep, and that's about the only thing that you get, like the only information that you get. It wasn't like a violent robbery or anything like that, just like that's like Homba died peacefully in his sleep, and you'll carry the Huttonfell name from this point on, and your children will be able to work the farm soon, and we'll take care of you. You'll be okay, and we'll.
Okay. Siler would just kind of hear that, and Boyd would just kind of urge him, say, and then Siler just kind of scurry back, just kind of under wherever the chair, the table, side of the walls, kind of come back as Boyd just kind of just.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm alive. Okay, yeah, his name is Humber Huttonfell.
Who?
Dead body.
Oh. What were they talking about? Sorry, I did.
Died peacefully, and that's really it. Not really anything else. There were no master
I'm
plans of
probably.
evil.
You think that resurrecting?
Mm.
I'm probably just paranoid, but I'm.
It's been a while since we've been on the road again, and yeah, well. Oh, also.
You
I
hear
just,
the front
yeah,
door.
I just.
You hear the front door open and close, and you expect Oppo to be walking in shortly.
Okay, well. So yeah,
Just kind of.
Okay, Oppo walks in unless you have anything
Oh, I
else
was
to say.
just. No, we're just waiting for him.
Nope. So
Waiting.
like those are like the you don't have much time if you got any conspiracy theories. That was my warning there.
No.
I
So he
mean,
walks in, and sits down. I'm sorry about that. It's just It's just I did mention that it wasn't the best time, but it's okay.
We understand.
We don't expect any
client
other
of
guests.
yours?
Yes. Miss Huttonfell. She's been here most nights. She just wants to pay her respects to her husband.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. So,
Okay.
where we were just about to. We were talking about what we were talking about. The Aeon Tower, I believe.
Oh yeah, the old towers. I think you were talking about, or the locations of where
Yeah,
you can set up.
where we can find them. Yeah, both. Like, we have some curiosity. We have some curiosities about the towers, but that's, that's our own personal business as opposed to the circus business.
I mean, we haven't really got a tourism industry here about the old towers, but and if you wish to go visit them, there's no one stopping you really. But Mutton Cleave is only just up the road. It's only about 8 miles up the road actually, and will be a good location for your circus. If you wish to go to the old Wellspring Tower, well then that's not too far away. But but if you wanted to go from Mutton Cleave to Wellspring, you'd pretty much be walking through every fence in the area. There is an old trail from Fenry which might help you out. Bit more direct route. I don't know. Are you from Fenry? And he looks directly at Jake.
I'll need to check my back history on that one.
You're from Willowside.
Thank you. No, I'm sorry, I'm from Willowside.
Oh, okay. I thought Fenry might. Okay. So sorry if it sounds
That's all right.
being forward.
Oh, what's
but,
Fenry?
Fenry is we have a population of Shuni. Is that
Yes,
right?
Shunies.
Oh, okay.
Shunies. Yes.
Interesting.
Good pipe weed. Very, very good pipe weed. It's their main export in the area. But yeah, if you take the Verdant Passage north, past Mutton Cleave, and there's a turn off towards Fenry, that would be probably the best way of getting to the Wellspring. And of course, the Wellspring being a wellspring. That's why it's called that. And of course, you can put on shows at Fenry. I don't know how much entertainment you'd be able to put on at Fenry, but I'm sure you'd find something. I'm sure they would enjoy the entertainment.
Yep, so we'll probably just do the grand tour, as for lack of a better term. But we'll probably start closest so that our people can get used to the area, figure out what tricks will work. Because tricks that will work in a big city might not work here. We also need to learn some of the local language, so if we do any wordplay or puns, it more hits with the local area.
I mean, the local language isn't that advanced or that
Yes, but I don't think puns on the names
retarded.
of restaurant
Retorted.
retorted.
Either way, we get a lot of travellers come through from the big city. So
Yeah.
I don't
Just
think
have to
that's
make
gonna be
sure
an
that
issue.
we know that the area is. We know how the area will react to certain jokes and other acts.
I mean,
For sure.
Market research.
anything to do with. Well, it might be an idea to actually investigate each town as you go through and actually talk to them.
Of
Because
course.
Not a bad idea.
every location would have a different preference to.
Exactly.
That's also
We
that's also a GM's hint. Every location will give you pluses and minuses to every
Yeah.
show, depending on
Yeah.
what you do.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to say,
But-
yeah, what we do is so we can bring a more bespoke entertainment to the area, make sure that we know what the area needs at that time.
The SWAT isn't a huge area to traverse, so I mean, what works in one place might not work in another. Each town is kind of insular, but it shouldn't be hard to get around. Shouldn't be hard at all to get around.
I think good to set up first in Matt and Cleve would be my call. Because
And
here
after
is
all-
a port. Here's a port, and it's busy, and there's people going in and out and working, and it doesn't feel like a good place to set up when it feels like people are just gonna walk right past us. Whereas Matt and Cleve feels more like. And then I think from there we can then go. Yeah, I think Matt and Cleve would be the best bet for a first setup.
Yeah. So Carrick itself is more of a central hub for everything, but it doesn't have as many. Well, it has a lot of workers, but not as many locals, so to speak. A lot of the workers are brought in by, well, the trade commissions and whatnot from Absalom. But it's the salt of the earth people that you'll find in Matt and Cleve and from the other locations around. And I mean, even myself, I say Swordsland's not a big place. I'm the only mortician. I cater for the entire Swordslands.
Ooh.
So if someone passes away, then usually a day or so later, and just motions with his head towards the other room.
Gotcha.
Which is why sometimes I'm busy at night time, and because sometimes it takes time to get here, then I try to make sure everyone is comfortable, and that's important. And he does seem a bit off when he says that, though. Like you got some really good reads on him before, and that seems to be like with your high rolls before, like reading me at the docks. There seems to be something there, specifically from he seemed to be hiding it from the docks when you read him. That I'm going to use those same rolls now. Of something is wrong.
Is something troubling you?
About people arriving.
There seems to be something on your mind. Is this what's troubling you?
He wipes his brow again with a handkerchief. Like, I mean,
I'm from out of town. It's easy to talk to people who
If-
don't live in the area.
Also, if I may be frank, as well as being entertainers, we're accomplished. We have other skills, and we're accomplished fighters.
he swallows hard onto like he swallows hard and just apparently lost in thought, and then
That is what brings us to seek out the Aeon Towers as well.
his face previously, like he's now showing worry lines on his face. You've all been such fine company. He begins like, so I'm thrilled to have brought you like the circus to the area, but look, and he swallows again. But I must level with you. As you have no doubt, as I've kind of mentioned, we're on hard times of late for all the sword folk, but I've heard different hard times. I think I'm being haunted.
Haunted.
And I think whatever is haunting me is murdering the people of the Grange to torment me.
Murdering?
And you see him just like that sweat and the rowy lines on his forehead.
What did you do to be haunted?
Nothing. I mean, mortician being haunted, that's an old joke in the profession, surely, but this seems... how can I put this? I have dreams, nightmares. And after each nightmare, I have a new body a day or two later.
Oh.
And again, he mentions, like, to the room, to the viewing room.
Must make it hard to sleep.
Have you kept a journal of these nightmares?
And who has time to keep journals when you're running two businesses?
Well, it's a simple matter of writing down. If it could help you solve the curse, that would be the first thing I would suggest. Is when you wake up, immediately writing down what you remember.
I mean, what I remember can't be forgotten, really. It's the same thing over and over.
Which is?
I'm awoken by a woman, a girl, black eyes, like just pitch black eyes, in a funeral shroud at the foot of my bed, just looking upon me as if she's been there all night, just waiting for me to notice her. First time it happened, I was so scared that I just didn't do a thing, then was able to get back to sleep. Eventually, I got to the nerve of, like, it happened. Like when it happened several times later, I followed her, and each time I thought nothing of it. But then someone was essentially there, and I just didn't think anything of it. The first time was Carol. Like I think it was about 14 months ago. He was the first person to arrive in state, and again, nothing of it, but it happened again, and then I got the nerve to actually follow this girl. She left my room, and I followed her downstairs towards the viewing room, and there she is, just pointing at the catafalque, which is the bloody word I haven't been able to pronounce all this time, remember. And then a few days later, or a day or so later, I have a new guest. Each one of them died in their sleep, peacefully it seems. Each one of them, like, they're all, like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Some young children or old men or women, children, it doesn't really matter. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no connection that I can see.
And this is more than what's normal around this area?
I mean, there's been... It's just weird that every time when I get this nightmare, this vision...
Boyd, you said you can talk to bodies, right?
Yeah, no, I can make dead people talk. Yes, corpses and things. I can.
What can you get from that?
They usually tell me, like, you know.
Can they tell you how they died?
Yeah, if they want to. sometimes they don't want to, especially if I'm the one that murdered them.
And I think with that, we're going to stop. I think with that comment, because I love it, we're going to stop and we'll end the episode there.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back.
Yay,
We're going to have a
this
smaller
so
one.
much.
But
Oh,
yes,
yeah, it's
I
glad to be
love that
back.
comment.
It's like-
So, we have 2 new characters with the artwork's being shown to the others, but I'll get the artwork on the overlay. So you haven't seen them, but they do look amazing. I do love Lizzie's like big, fluffy, puffy dress. It's very. The only thing I can think of is Firefly, the ball gown. I mean, Firefly with being very, very fluffy. It's very that, and very pink. And Boyd is just weird.
Boyd is a troll character.
And I love it.
Boyd is meant to. I'll say this: is that Boyd was literally designed to annoy Azzy. So, it is what it is.
It
Why
Wow,
Azzy?
okay. Thanks.
and it
Don't
is
you
what
want
it
to
is.
annoy the little pug boy?
Technically, it was meant to annoy everybody from the previous party. That's the actual truth. So Leafy, Jake, and Azzy are specifically meant to be annoyed by him, because
Excellent.
Yeah. So we're going to do our outros. We're going to find a place to raid. Thank you for coming in. Let's do the outros. We'll start with the new. I won't say new players, but new characters. Will.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Will. I've been playing Boyd, the Witch, and yeah, he's been a lot of fun to play. Supposed to be obnoxious, supposed to be a little bit precocious, but obviously Boyd is just Boyd. It is what it is. He's only like 14 or 15 years old.
Are
so
they both human?
They are human, yes. Yeah.
Del?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. Hi everyone, I am Del. I've been playing Elizabeth Daywalker. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Nice and short.
So
Okay.
are we
Lorian.
all.
Hi, I'm Lorian Ross. I've been playing Azzy, the Kobold Sorcerer. Find me on YouTube and Twitter at Lorian Ross. Also look me up on all my on all your music listening, Spotify, Apple Music for my songs. Working on stuff in the background as always. That's me. Not much to promote.
Okie dokie. And MLP.
Hello, I'm MrLiveProducer. I've been playing your Ringmaster, Jake Fury. So that's been interesting. After being taking a more active role, which is weird. But yeah, it's good to do for a while. Until Leafy becomes the Ringmaster, as is tradition in Book 4.
Is it? I don't remember reading that, but
Well, in Book 1
Sure.
it was actually, as is tradition. Anyway, you can catch me on most of the socials where I do mostly VR production work, video gaming, and other live production stuff, which I'll also be doing some crowd control streams soon.
crowd control.
Yes, crowd control is very interesting. People get to futz around with your game. They've
games.
released the Fallout 4 mod patch. So imagine I'm playing Fallout 4, and you drop a Deathclaw into the game when you just leave the vault, and you're level 1. People can have so much fun with that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I just recall I had a broken auto save or panic save or whatever you would call it in my latest version of Fallout 4, and that was there's a Deathclaw just up the road. That was a fun one.
Yes.
But either way, should be fun. We are back, which is great, and we've got new cast members. People think new cast, new characters for our old cast members. Very trolly. I think they're funny. And we're also back tomorrow with some RuneQuest with the Chronicle series. And Leaf on the Wind has finally started, so we also get some Serenity role-playing as well. I think that's about everything. We're going to be raiding Lost Tribes Gaming. I think that's the plan. They're doing some Cyberpunk. And everything's really slow on my computer, but we'll figure something else out with that anyway. Actually, no, Avondale's playing. Let's do Avondale. I've raided Avondale a lot. It's always nice to raid Avondale. We're going to raid Avondale. So thanks everyone for coming in. Let's go out and bye everybody.
All the best. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.